I definitely need some steam because I am running out of it. I am so sleep deprived this week. Mm-hmm. I legit finished like chugging a whole thing of coffee like right before getting on here. It's crazy. I've been I'm starting to get so sleep deprived that I've got like the vein on the left side of my head just protruding. It's just like go to sleep. Go to sleep.
I get eye twitches, you know what I mean?
Yes. I've had that for a while as well. It's just been getting like worse and worse. Yeah, I definitely need to get some proper sleep, but can't do that because we on a schedule. So
it's a tight budget, you know, guys.
Yeah, tighter budget than Toei, and we already know that budget's tight.
And there's only 2 of us this week.
Yes, so in case anyone has not seen, Mark put this out on his channel. He did have a loss in the family, which is why, you know, just give the man his time. He definitely needs it. Condolences on that regard. He's got a lot to sift through. So
just give him his time. You know what I mean? Just give him like his recovery, his peace.
On a lighter note regarding that, however, I did message him yesterday. He said that he was taking the long way up to Connecticut, so he got a vehicle up there, and he's in order to deal with it. He's like, maybe I should stop by every hobby store on my way there and just buy a bunch of Toku toys. And I'm like, hold on there. That won't fit inside your vehicle. Now, if you get a U-Haul on your way there, you can get all the shit you want. And then you're good. You're Gucci. And then he definitely is Toku dead.
He's the only person who has, one, his drive is a long one. 2, he still reached out to me just to be like, you still getting the CSM chalice? And I was like, Mark, of course. What are you talking about? It's already been pre-ordered at this point. You might as well consider it in my wallet at this moment. Just burning a hole through it. But yeah, it's I hope Mark feels better. It doesn't seem like he's, at least from what I've talked to him, it doesn't seem like he's completely, you know, depressed, but he's probably recovering.
Yep. It'll be a road, definitely one I can't imagine, because obviously I haven't been in that situation, so probably not a lot of things a lot of people can imagine. So
I have.
But yeah, it's that, and Ash on the other note has is cheating on us with another live stream right now.
That's right. He's going on.
He's on Rolliver Queen's live stream right now. I was like, oh, I see Rolliver's live. Oh, there's Ash. I see you. See you out here just cheating on us. So, but it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. He probably hasn't seen Gotchard. So,
listen, we're the side chick apparently.
Now we are. We definitely, because we're not talking about Power Rangers comics yet. Yet, because it technically will end up coming up later on in the conversation because of a lot of things going on the Hasbro side of things. It just makes it seem like what's going on with Power Rangers? Is it really just going by the wayside in some instances? But Cloudy, you were out of it when it came to Gotchard, and I made you catch up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So how are you feeling?
I'm upset, very upset. I thought this was like, because I got the rug pulled under me. This seemed like an okay episode in the beginning, you know, on the offset.
I don't know about the beginning, because the beginning I was just like, oh no. Because of course
I meant like the middle part, you know what I mean? Like when I got to
the mid part, like all of Gotchard, just mid. Gotcha. Great.
Yeah. I mean, I also liked how what's his Spanner's surrogate mother, I keep forgetting her name, is all up
Kyoga.
Kyoga. She's all up in lactase. It's like listen, I need to study every inch, every part. Listen, we're gonna get deep into you, and I'm just like, okay, wow.
I'm like, let me get that model. Let me get that tablet. Let me get the inside scoop on them insides.
Exactly. So that was something. Damn.
No, but honestly, I was so lost with this episode. It's kind of like how when we didn't watch the Winter movie and then Gotchard just happened, like we thought it thought that we watched it. The thing is, we had seen the Legend specials, but it's been so many months that I'm like, why is the payoff to this now? Why is this now the payoff? And I feel bad for those people that didn't watch the Legend specials. You know, all two of them for the good 30-minute runtime that it has, if that. And then started this episode like,
What the heck is going on?
Why is there a giant fucking like Deca driver? The fuck is this thing? And why is it disappearing? Why is Kajiki looking like that? What is even going on? So it was
Speaking of which, the Winter movie's out. Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Great.
Mhm.
Fuck. Okay.
You excited?
I'm not. I am not.
Yeah.
Given the state of Geats, which is another thing we'll talk about later, since you watched the Poison Rage film as well. And I gotta get your hands busted. So
No, can we not? Can we just skip it? You talked about that a lot last week, right? Or the week before?
like 2 weeks ago. Yes.
Yeah. So come on, we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's leave Takahashi alone. Okay, I don't want to poke the bear.
Right. Sure. So conflicted on this episode just because they introduce the 100. They reintroduce us to the 100 from the Legend specials, but we actually get generals to the 100 that we didn't really get before.
I like them. Look like they have personality.
They look like your typical Toei. This is your 3 enemy group. It's always 2 guys and a girl.
Yeah, but they.
It's like the Toei evil villain trope. Is that's them? It's 2 guys and a girl.
I'll take that. What we've been getting. I'll take it.
Hell, even thinking back, it's like, yeah, we even had that with Revice. We had like 2 guys,
Julio or Olteca with
Aguilera. Yep.
Yeah, and then we have the 2-to-1 ratio. 2 become good, 1 becomes evil. Stays evil.
I'm thinking of like the Time Jackers. Yeah, it's just like 2 guys and 1 girl. It's just there.
Yep, 2 become good, and then 1 stays evil. It's always the same. It's exactly how it happens every time.
Then we also get the introduction, the proper introduction to the what is it? The Abyssalis King. I forgot the
Abyssalis King.
Yeah, just coming out of nowhere. And I guess that's the big payoff is him. Technically,
they're already talking about smashing the girl,
like the
new girl from the trilogy, from the trio.
Oh.
I already see it. Smash. Cool suit.
But is it just
cool suit?
You sure it's not just Orb being Orb? Yeah, it's Orb just being Orb.
Oh, look, Punk's in on.
Well, Chest of Greatness is also like who smashes female glare. It's just like, oh.
But go on, sorry, I cut you off.
But yes, I think your biggest issue with this episode is indeed one of the things of Clotho.
Oh yeah, it was good, but then it was not.
And can I just say it's like the theme song. Well, the insert song is now everybody's insert song. This one is now. It's just this is everybody's song.
Everyone's using it. What is it? Clotho used it this episode. Taya used it. What's it called? What's his name? Valvered used it. Majade used it.
I can't wait for Legend this week to show up and then Watch a Fire just starts playing.
Also, he's already got his final form from what the trailer says.
I don't got it. Yeah, I don't know how they even managed to just make that attack. Once again, context that we don't even have.
Also, I'm just gonna say it. It's the best one of all the decades final form things. Like out of
I don't think people know how the copyright claims work. Like, there's a reason why I make these loops and put them in my reviews.
So he's
Because
technically not
it's-
playing the whole song. He's playing a
Yes.
closed section,
I'm-
which is only a few seconds, which is not the song, and you can't claim like a few seconds of use. Like a hum of a song, which is like 1 to 3 seconds, is not claimable because you just like hummed it. You didn't do anything to it. So if that loop hum plays on a loop consistently, you're not playing the song. It's its own thing.
Once again, it's one of the tips and trades that I've learned from making content creation. If you want background in your videos that people might pick up on, but they're like, something's a little off, but it's still like what the song is, but it's not exactly the song. Just do the work. Just get a chunk that would end up being loopable, and then play that. Like, for example, this one's from my latest Boonboomger video.
Yeah.
It's just this. It's gonna stop and then it's gonna go back, but it seems so seamless to the point that you're like, how is this not the same song? Well, it's literally a 7-second chunk that just loops infinitely.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually really can't wait, but I want to hear that full insert. I like that song.
Oh, it's out. How do you think I got this?
Oh, okay. I thought you just like cut it from the episode or something.
No, I cut it from the actual official release of it. Someone put it up.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's the little bit of it's like, how else can I play the Hachi-Ohger like beat during the 1 minute standby in the beginning of these and not get copyright struck? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Been doing this for a while.
It even his background music, if you ever noticed.
Yes. Like, every time that there's like audio in a lot of the things in the videos now, it's just a small loop that's going over and over and over again from those songs. Though Toei did hit me up for my latest Boonboomger video, which sucks because I got done with it at like around 2 a.m., but I kept getting hit with strikes because of music. So the intro, the intro video that I have for all of my my reviews, the music is now being copyright struck, even with the edits that I did. So I had to remix that song so many times for like 2 hours until I got it, until I finally was able to clear the strike.
Yeah. Before we continue on with Gotchard and I guess get into the specifics of what we don't like or like, I guess, about the show, do you want to give them like a quick disclaimer, just to be like, because of the stuff that's going on right now in the Toku drama sphere, just don't bring it up because we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. So
there's no need to talk about it. So it's like
we're not going to talk about it. So I just wanted to say it to the chat, like if you're going to ask about it, we're not going to talk about it. So let you know.
But my biggest issue with this is we do have Clotho starting to get some character development, and then I'm always gonna fuck this guy, the King guy. I'm just gonna call him King guy. The A King is
can you say
especially like the Orphanod King, because he touches you, he grants you like more power, or essentially completes you.
So Tales of the Abyss. Let's just say Abyss Ol King. There you go. Yeah.
No.
Come on.
Abs King.
Ace King.
So, how do you feel about Muscle Mommy now covering up the muscles? More so
I don't like
than
it.
ever before.
That new outfit sucks. It's terrible.
Especially looking like a knockoff Mortal Kombat character, because I was like, really? This is it.
That's exactly what I thought. I was just like, what is this even from? This is not from God. This doesn't even look like it's from Gotchard. It should be anyway.
It doesn't. It kind of loses out on their whole like Egyptian theming that they were going on for whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, it just looks really bad. And it's just like, she did this for more power, and she doesn't particularly look any stronger in this one.
No.
At all.
Then she got the full mouth guard and things too, like straight up out of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. And the purple color, that character has purple. But it's funny because I'm just saying, while watching the the chunk of the episode that I did kind of enjoy, which was like her teaming up with Gotchard, like because both of them, this episode, both Clotho and Lactis were coming to terms with wanting to be human, or at least some part of their humanity, and Gotchard was trying his hardest to win her like to his side, and she was just upset about not being strong enough to use like all 3 cards in the driver. And then she was just like, okay, I'll just use 2. That's more than enough. Also, can we just say Platinum Gotchard, he didn't even use it when he should have, like, at all. It was
no, not at all.
And she wiped the floor with them easy. And then they started to bond. We got that going. And then A King, Ass King, shows up and is just like, hey, come here. Like, literally just teleports her from over there right into his hands and is like, I'm going to give you what you want now. Power, absolute power, horrible, disgusting suit, and now she's evil again. So, lesson that we learned this episode gone out the window until it probably awakens in her later. Or whatever.
The other thing that we got teased of in this episode is Lactis getting the Valverade suit because
didn't use it.
Yeah, but she's got the Valverusher now, and we've seen in scans that she's going to transform into Valverade, like classic OG Valverade. And I'm like, they couldn't try to clean up the suit a little bit, just get some of that shit like off of the pants, because of course got the white pants down there. They got some crud on that bitch. Just polish it up a little bit. They could have repainted it. Just a
I would like to see a female version of the Valverade.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I thought that they would at least adjust the armor somewhat to have some more feminine quality. Nah, it's just the same fucking suit.
Yeah, it's like you could have like.
It's like Spanner's not using it anymore.
True, and it's a good suit. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I don't want to see that. No, not just generic.
It's like if they were gonna get rid of the suit anyway or reuse it for a female rider, they could have redone like something,
chest
like something, chest piece or something.
The helmet could have stayed the same. I would have been fine with it, but like do something with the body.
I don't even know if they're gonna end up changing suit actors or if they're gonna put a suit actress in there, because it might be similar to Dread, where it didn't matter who was using the driver, it still had the same suit actor in there. So it couldn't be the same situation. Yeah. So even though we got that, I think my biggest complaint outside of all that is the lead up to what's going to happen next. And this is what rubbed me the wrong way. Is Gotchard already felt like a corporate cash grab. With all the shit that they're about to do, it feels even more like a corporate cash grab.
100 legend cards.
There is no real reason for this. Look, we just had the 50th anniversary of Kamen Rider 2 years ago with Revice. And then we're not even 10 years into Reiwa. And even then, we're only 5 years into Reiwa. Mm-hmm. What? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?
They were really too generous with the Legend Rider stuff. Like I find it's okay to like do the Legend Rider stuff like when it's like one-off specials or just to make a toy around it, because some toys may look good with the gimmick of one other rider and stuff like that. I can see that. But why do I need all these Legend Riders back?
Yeah, so this is the thing. It's like within the context of the show itself. Like, I don't mind this in a special, like the Legend special and things like that. Actually, I do mind it. But
less so.
I don't mind it as much as a show that did not have the lead up or expectations of an anniversary type thing to have anniversary type things.
Although I'm gonna say I do like their choices of suits to bring back. Like, these are all the best looking suits. Like, you got Arc 1 right there, you got Fies right there, you got Kabuto right there.
But they're all wearing the shitty sash.
I don't care about that. I'm talking about them suits themselves, bro. Well, I don't think Arc 1's wearing that shitty sash.
No, because Arc 1's one of the evil guys, because he's fighting Legend.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just
saying, these other ones are Legend.
Yeah, I know. But the suits they decided to bring back were pretty good. Also, Den-O, disgusting. I didn't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
So that's what my issue is within the context of the show itself. We're getting classic writers, and this was never the gimmick of the show.
Yeah,
it was never the gimmick of the show.
The cash grab aspect of the show with like all the cards in different forms, yeah, we saw that coming. But like this is like, okay, now we're just bringing the writers back again with our own version of Decade. Great.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like I remember back in the day, and I use this as an example because I remember like this interview ages ago, back when Forze was like in its infancy of a show. Apparently, the original plan was for Gentaro to go around and make friends with every classic writer. And then someone in the production said, didn't we just do Decade like 4 years ago? Why are we trying to do this anniversary shit again? Like, I get it, it's the 40th anniversary, but why are we trying to do this in the show? Like, I think we should chill. Clearly, that person no longer works for Toei because they've been
fired
this shit.
That season. I mean, to be fair, they even to some extent they tried to do that with Revice. They didn't want to focus on the fact that it was the 50th anniversary. So what they did is they focused on just the suits, looking an homage to the old show. Other than that, and George, obviously. But that's
yeah. So you had like your little references and things like that, but nothing that actually happened within the show itself. You got it in the crossover films, but that's to be expected nowadays.
But this is different. This is in the main shit. This is in the main show proper.
Yes.
Why? It doesn't have to be.
You're getting all these writers, and then like fundamentally within the lore of the show, they're gonna have to explain how this shit works, and they're probably not.
Because we got the Gotchard getting his like memories back thing in the show. Is like, oh, why is this so familiar? Oh, I saw this before.
Yeah.
Also, disgusting
Gotchard memory,
and then we got disgusting Gotchard fire.
Yes. So it's like this is what rubs me the wrong way is the fact that we're doing this within the show itself. We're also introducing a character that only existed within two mini-sode like side specials, even though he showed up in the previous poster, and now he showed up in the more recent poster for this third arc of the show, which makes me wonder is like, is this third portion of the show going to be anniversary fan wank like with classic writers, or is this really just a one-off thing that's only going to last maybe like an episode or two and then we go back to normalcy? Because the thing with Gotchard right now is I really can't tell the directions they're trying to go with, because there's nothing. There's like, okay, we got the abs king and shit showing up. How that portal that Gideon got sucked into it closed. How'd he come out? Like, I need that explainer of things. No idea. He just shows up in an episode that features, the 100 from Legend. Okay. Then the next episode, of course, we're gonna get Legend in there. He's gonna get Legendary with his upgrade that just showed up in the beginning of this episode. We get all these Dark Riders that are being played by the 100. We get this fucking amalgam here.
You know what's funny? John likes that. I think it's disgusting.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm not feeling that.
I don't like anything about it.
Nope. Not feeling it. Not feeling it.
Although I will say the shoulders, when I originally saw the purple side, I was just like, is that an Ava? And then I noticed it just looks like a shark.
Yeah. And I mean, it does fundamentally change the concept of amalgam with the thing that it has going on. But once again, this should have been done a little bit more organically within the context of the show, as opposed to shoehorning in concepts and prospects from a side special.
This looks like another.
Now they're trying to make well. It does slightly, yes.
Like this just gives me another Rider vibes from like Geo.
It's just incredibly awkward. This is just really odd to have within the show itself. And that's where I have it's like they couldn't even wait like an additional 5 years for the 10th like Reiwa show to start doing some shit. It's like, now we got to start cooking the day. We gotta make money.
I don't know. You know what I said? I wanted more monsters back in the show and like villains. I didn't mean this.
The thing is, it's weird introducing new villains because once again, the 100, even within the Legend special themselves, they kind of just showed up. Even in the backstory, the 100 just shows up in the backstory for Kaguya.
How much 100 lore do you think they're gonna cram in next episode?
It's probably just gonna be they just show up, and that's how they do their things. They just show up, and that's how that goes. And I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling introducing a enemy faction if it's gonna be like a one-time thing, or if it's gonna be a mainstay. It's just awkwardly handled.
Yeah, and we also have a new rider coming in who's really overpowered, especially now that he's getting his final form as well.
And with no proper lead up. They're probably gonna explain the power up next episode. They're probably gonna try and explain a lot of shit within that episode. I don't know. I just felt weird when I was watching this past episode to begin with, just because of the introduction of the 100. I don't know how I'm even going to be feeling when I'm watching this actual episode for the first time.
Well, I always try not to go into a show with, or an episode with like a negative thought process. Or if I do, I really hope that my negativity makes all the good stuff enhance like the experience, and I wind up overall positive on it. But I forced myself to get here. I kind of don't want to watch the next week again. I don't want to do it.
Well, once again, it's like how directionless this show is. That's the issue with the show. There's no direction. I have no idea what they're gonna pull.
Once Gurion died, I just was like, "Who's the villain now? What are they doing? Who cares?"
Yeah, it's like they try propping up like this dynamic that we're gonna, I guess, have with these sisters, with Lactis obviously becoming good, Clotho like being corrupted, and Atropos being the real villain of it all.
Yeah.
But it's like you put in elements like this in between. I'm like, I don't know. Like, who actually likes this? Who in the chat actually likes that they're doing this in Gotchard? Like, for real.
And by likes this, we're not talking about the suit. Like,
not the suit. We're talking about like just the random introduction of Legend Riders and
the faction that came out of nowhere.
It's not properly Legend Riders either, because they're pulling the whole decade AR world Evil Riders, because this, like, we saw it instantly in the preview. We got Dark Kiva, we got Glare, we got
Arc 1.
Yeah, so it's like, but they're not the original users, obviously.
Yeah. It's just other people using these suits, which kind of makes it feel less special.
Oh, it's Eternal. Eternal was what I was thinking of.
Oh, Eternal? Okay.
Yes.
Eternal was in there too. Yeah.
Yes. The main trio transforms into those, so I think that Arc 1 is going to end up being just amalgam. It's not going to be unless another person from the 100 shows up.
Well, we see the suit in there, like the actual suit proper fighting against Levin.
So let's see. Here we got a quick one from blah blah something. Blah blah something for $5 says, I'm so conflicted. On one hand, it's a stupid direction for the show, but on the other hand, I'm a Dark Kiva simp and savor any screen time with that suit. Well, luckily the suit hasn't cracked like that Eternal suit, because if you've seen some of the images of the Eternal suit, that white undersuit, it became more. It kind of looks like my old Super Nintendo, where that gray now has like that weird tinge of tan color to it. When that plastic just oxidizes and just.
Well, they don't take care of the shoots. We know that they don't take good care of the
suits. They don't. Well, not if they're not main rider suits, usually.
Yeah.
So, but it's just awkward because Gotchard right now feels, well, not right now. It has felt like it had no direction. This just fully enforces that it had no direction.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I thought that maybe they could turn things around after Gideon was done. It's like, okay, I'm liking how Akiko's handling things now. Maybe if they just take the show in this direction, and here comes all the legend shit.
Not that, but like, imagine they could have like been planting seeds this whole time in the background, even when Gurion was still around. Just like throw little hints about this if they really wanted to do this ahead of time, and it's like, because we knew Legend was going to be in the show proper at some point, but I didn't think it was just going to feel like this forced in.
Especially so long after those specials. That's the big thing.
Because this is like the second time we're just getting another writer just show up out of nowhere from another timeline. It's like we did it with Daybreak, now we're doing it with Legend, and it just feels like, okay, we were in the Daybreak section of the show, now we're going to be in the Legend section of the show. Who's next?
But even then, Daybreak was only there for 2.5 episodes.
True.
Like that was also a mini arc in itself, even with how prominent he was featured in that poster.
Yep.
But since we got the tease of the summer movie and it looks like it's a Daybreak film, it's gonna be Daybreak featuring the Boonboomgers.
So what's the audience think mostly? Let's see.
Let me see. Back to my question. What is that? This is the next villain for the next episode. Let's see. Lo and behold, 100 is just another Kaguya. It could be.
Yeah.
Let's see. Back in my day, we took care of every suit. I don't know what you're talking about back in your day, because if you remember the original Ichigo suit, there's a reason why that original suit don't exist no more. They didn't take care of that shit at all. Spray paint. We got some scuffs on it. Spray paint that bitch. He busted his leg. Shit. Spray paint that leg.
Get rid of the blood. It's just get rid of.
Just recast the guy. Okay. Yeah. We got a new suit. We don't spray paint that bitch. All right. Bet. And then later on, they fixed it. Also, let's not forget how the original Kamen Rider Blade suit got mishandled to the point that they
made a new one with a different color horn or head.
Yes, and not only that, but the undersuit was changed out as well. Because I still remember when Decade had the Blade episode, and everybody was like, "Was Blade's like upper body always a different shade of, like, on the undersuit, a different shade of blue than the pants?"
Nope.
They're like, "No, don't think so." It was, they completely did not care. So, Gotchard is I feel like this is one of the few times in which we had a lot to say about Gotchard, but it's really just because what are y'all doing right now?
I'm very confused at like where the show is going, where it's at, and that's like that's why I stopped watching. And because normally, no matter how bad a show is, I can keep watching because at least there's I can follow along. This just felt like they were lost and just trying to figure out where to go.
It's like there's still so many unanswered questions. Hotaro's dad. Y'all haven't been talking about that for a long ass time.
Where's Fuga? Because he's alive still.
Yes, he's just astro projecting himself. Also, like, why was Hotaro in the Ouroboros realm when he was a kid and his mom not know about it? Where's that explainer? Like, there's so much shit that they laid out in the beginning of the show that we were all speculating on, and we're in the back half of this show now. We are already well past the midpoint, and
we got 17 episodes to end it.
Got no idea what the fuck's going on. It's no daddy issues. I mean, Rene was the one that had the daddy issues, but then we had the film that got rid of the daddy issues.
But so Hotaro's still getting them daddy issues.
Plus, technically, the three sisters had Gideon issues, especially Lactes. Lactes had daddy issues with Gideon during that portion of things. So there were still daddy issues within the context of the show itself, just played out, in different ways, shapes, forms. Yes, we get the sashes and all that stuff. I don't have the scans here of the legendary forms with the big chest piece that's encompassing some of those final forms of the riders that we'll get next episode. But that is also a thing that is happening. Yeah, this shit sucks. Also, I just noticed this like right before. Did they change the suit actor or did they give him a proper fucking like dancer's belt?
I think they finally gave him a dancer's belt.
Them balls ain't swinging no more. Them things are...
They're packaged in.
Yep. Either that or they photoshopped this image.
They learned their lesson, I hope.
Because they definitely have been photoshopping them. But yes, all this legend stuff. And the thing is, it's like, look, we understand almost... Actually, every writer after Decade has had some sort of legend writer gimmick in terms of the toy perspective.
Yeah, that's fine. It can be fine.
Yeah, it's fine when it comes to the show's toy line. Because, I mean, even Ultraman does that shit now. And, like, Blazar had all those fucking coins. For all.
It was not in the show.
Not in the show at all. And Kamen Rider's been doing it for a good bit ever since Heisei 2 started. And, yeah, now we got it implemented here physically. And it's just weird. So it's odd. I can't say I'm a big fan. So that's Gotchard right now. Not fully feeling it, but then yeah, we did get the new Ride Chemi cards. They cranked those things out like nothing. The Legend Rider cards that won that contest, it's like they kind of had it in the back burner the entire time. Let me see. Are they even on the website already? Because I know I saw them posted up previously, but I don't know if they're here yet on the official website. Because I did not save the images. But they don't look too substantially different, especially with 3 Geats on there. So how do you like your Fox in terms of their little Chemi that they have presented with them? Because that's essentially what we got, was a lot of that. Yes, the Chemi cards. The Chemi card contest that they had, that now you can DM, but I don't have fucking Discord up on my computer right now. So changing things up. Cloudy, Boonboomger.
Yeah. Good episode.
How'd you feel about the big revelation that Taya's entire plan was to have them compete in the BBG with their BBCs?
Yes, and eventually we'll get the BBW. Yeah, pretty good. I actually kind of like that because it gives we're getting purpose to why Tai is doing all this. Because originally we thought at least I thought he was just making these to fight the Hashirians because he knew they were gonna invade eventually. But nah, apparently he just was like, no, I want a race. I want a big old galactic race, Rainbow Road style around the universe. And I'm like, that's actually kind of cool. I like it. Now,
he definitely had his own
the lengths he's going to.
Yes, it's like had the Hashirians not shown up, he could have just raced in peace. Mm-hmm. He's just out here forming a crew just for the sake of racing. And you know what? I'm all right with that. Yeah. Because the Hashirians really just show up.
Yeah.
And Gemba clearly was in the know regarding it, which is why he's just like, yeah, well, I mean, now you're fighting things, so it's like it's a little different, but sure. But he was in on it. Chashido, it's kind of hit or miss. There's some people, I don't know the official context yet. I don't know if they've revealed it at all, or if we're going to get it next episode, whether or not Chashido already knew or not. Because Gemba does give Chashido that look when he is revealing the the whole thing about the BBG, but we know that Chashido likes playing it cool. So we don't know if he was actually in the know or if he was just not trying to show emotion like, Joe and Miro were.
But ironically, out of all of them, he seems to be the one that's just like, listen, we just gotta trust Ty. Trust Ty. I believe in this guy. Which is ironic. But I guess we know he has that fiery personality, so it kind of makes sense.
And we'll get the backstory, at least a snippet of it within this next episode. So that'll start giving us what we've been looking, or at least for me, what I've been wanting when it comes to Taya's entire personality, because we really didn't know shit about this guy. And now we know that he was, I wouldn't say keeping secrets, but I guess it'd probably be like one of those, well, you didn't ask scenario.
It was initially forthcoming,
Yeah. But it makes sense now why he wanted Mira to join them, because she was already a good, at least in her description back during like the presser and all that stuff, was that she is one of the best racers amongst them, if not the best racer, the best driver amongst them. So obviously he would want that. If they're competing as a team in the BBG, then he wants to make sure that he's got, a good strategy with everyone that's going to be part of the crew. So once Joe actually said, I'll dedicate myself to protecting these three, he's like, that's it. I'm just gonna go.
Because it's like you got the three in the main, you got him who's gonna be like the guard of the main squad, and then you got Gemba, who's gonna be the big behind.
There's nothing wrong with a Red Ranger having dreams. The entire aspect was just that they thought that they were doing this for righteous reasons, and it's completely selfish.
Well, we don't know how selfish yet, because we don't know. Like, we know that he wants to make this race, but we don't know like why he wants to make this race, or like what fuels this desire. Which I hope we get the answer for that.
Look, what if it really is that he's like Goku and he just likes very strong opponents? He likes to challenge.
I'll still like him a lot more than a few other Reds.
Because we kind of did get a tease of that with this episode. Once Mad Rex revealed that there's other strong guys outside of him, he's like, see, now I got to go fight him. You can't just, dangle this carrot in front of me and expect me not to just take him. Sure, there are obstacles, but take them down. So I was feeling that on that perspective. What I wasn't feeling was the whole warehouse again, because we just had it 2 episodes ago, and now we're getting it again. Here comes the warehouse.
Yep.
So tired of the warehouse scene.
We didn't see like a lot of the fighting from the others this week for the most part.
No, they got captured. That's the thing.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, one, Taya got really injured at the end of this, which is why he couldn't answer Mira when she was just like, listen, like, why are you pushing yourself so hard? Why are you risking our lives and your life for this? You know what I mean? It's like, what does this all mean to you? And before he could give his answer, he just passed out. Cliche, obviously we'll get the answer next week, hopefully, when he wakes up. But it does bring up a good question. It's like, why is he doing all this? Like, why is this one race so important to him? Long live the Toku Warehouse.
Musa Muteki for $2. Yes, long live the Toku Warehouse, which I pointed out in my review. I've just seen this warehouse so much the last few months that it's ridiculous. I've known of this warehouse for so many years now, because obviously when you've been watching Toku for decades, especially for those that just binge Toku that are playing catch up, that weren't there for like the week to week outing for several years, you've probably noticed this warehouse a lot. And the first time it was very prominent to me was Deno back in the day. But even when I was taking the clips of the Go On Wings for this review, the specific episode that I ripped, they were fighting in that warehouse.
So much in that warehouse.
But yes, it's like more recently, it's like we've seen it in Gotchard multiple times. We saw it in Fives. We saw it with the Geats like finale, the Poison Rage shit, like all that. I've seen it too often. This warehouse is getting a lot of usage like the last 6 months. Crazy.
I mean, it doesn't. We don't. I would like it to go back to a different set. Like, bring back the what do you call it? The what is it again? The quarry. Bring back the rock quarry.
It's like bring that back. Give me back that under bridge that we would see. Well, we saw it in Five's Paradise Regained, but yes, it's like that under bridge is very memorable.
Yeah.
Give me
Just don't bring
the
back the CGI.
outside of the stadium shot, which I mean we saw a little bit in King-Ohger when we were in Enkasopa. Just give me those. Give me them scenes. But we might not. We might not.
What do you think? By the way, what do you think his motivation for this is?
He,
Gonna be that simple?
I think he had an older brother that competed in the BBG way back in the day. He got into some shit and ended up dying. So he wanted to take this on himself just to make his brother proud. Little does he know that his brother is going to show up later as Boom Boom X, and
Oh my god!
and he just ended up faking his death just to.
You mean Boom Boom Rex, right?
Yeah. The irony.
Yeah, Boom Boom Rex. Mm-hmm.
If Mad Rex was actually Taya's older brother.
No, God, yeah, no, don't write more for this.
What if Taya's older brother's name is just Wheel?
Taya Wheel? Oh, Wheel.
No, it would be Wheel Handle.
Wheel Handle. Oh, God.
Yeah, as opposed to Tire Handle.
No. No, I think we're good. The names have been cooking enough.
I'm just saying, if he's a Tire, then his brother would be like, what? Inner Tube?
No, maybe he doesn't have any family. Maybe Boom Boom's the closest.
How do you get that money then? If it wasn't inheritance, how do you get that money?
Doesn't mean he has a brother.
His brother missed out. He died before the inheritance money could come in. Unless he was next of kin to his older brother. When his older brother died, he got that money.
And then his older brother committed the suicide.
We can't say that word on YouTube.
His older brother deleted himself from the equation.
It's too late. It's too late. We lost out. Ugh.
Sorry.
Demonetized. The S word was mentioned.
I'm so sorry.
Mm.
I hate I can't see like a proper term or phrase for like an actual thing. Yeah.
Well, he fell off a Rainbow Road and Comic didn't catch him. We just let him go.
By the way, I gotta ask you because I really like that twist in the Speed Racer film, but I know some people didn't like it. It was the reveal of Rex being
Did anyone care for spoilers of the live action Speed Racer film?
It's been so long since that film's been out.
From like 2001. Was this like 7?
It was old.
Somewhere around there.
Listen, if any of you guys haven't seen this film who wanted to by this point,
you need to watch it. Peak adaptation.
It's adaptation. Amazing. It is actually really good. Which is funny because you think it's not gonna be good.
But yes, the biggest mix up on there was the fact that Racer X was not Speed's brother. Except it was. He just got plastic surgery after he faked his death to look like someone else. And for some reason that changed his voice as well.
Yeah, Speed literally confronts him and is just like, I know you're Rex. Stop hiding it. Because it's obvious. And he's like, nope, not me.
And he doesn't even reveal it at the very end. Because that's when we, as the audience, are made aware that it actually was. So they kind of like subverted expectations. And then we're like, nah, y'all were right the entire time. We just changed some shit up.
We were playing with it.
Yep. So, but yeah, that was I actually enjoyed the twist because I was like, what?
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Like the first time I watched it, I was like, but you're supposed to be Rex Racer.
No, it was good. I liked that.
So
that was pretty good.
Now the thing is, it's like with the big thing of the BBG coming up, how do you think they're going to handle the different competitors in there? Because now I'm thinking that the Space Mafia has different teams competing within there. Like they've paid a bunch of different racers that are going to compete in there.
we're gonna get a Boonboomger style where the Hashirians are our first alien faction, and we'll probably get others. Like at least that's what I think, because it's like we already got like this guy. We got Mad Rex, who was like one of the who's closer up to the head. And then we know the head. He dropped the name for the head this episode. Who's out there?
What was the name on it? Walden Spindler? I forget what the name was.
I think so. I haven't rewatched it in a while. But it's nice to know that like obviously there's another big boss, but I feel like this is implying, especially considering we got Taya already fighting Mad Rex in episode 7. Like, this is episode 7. So I'd assume that means that there's going to be some other factions out there, because it can't just be the Hashirans forever, right? I'm not trying to hype myself up or anyone else.
But the thing is, it's just like at the pace that they were already going with everything going on the back end with the Hashirians, I felt that they were definitely speeding, not pun not intended through like the enemy faction just to get to a major shakeup. Now that we know about the BBG, there's the potential for some shakeup here, and it could just be that there is well, the scans show us a different commander. It's not the head honcho, but it is another one. So it makes me think that there are multiple different like families within the Space Mafia, very Yakuza like.
Yeah.
That will just handle things differently. And they could have their own racers in the BBG. Because another thing is, like, we don't know the proper explainer for what the gasoline is, like, for. Yeah. And if it is the fuel source that they need to run their particular machines for things, then it could make some sense on why they need it, because they're going to need it to compete in the BBG. Another thing that was mentioned in my comment section, someone brought up the fact that even though these are vehicles intended for what seems like they were intended for the BBG, why do they have a multifunction as weapons? And I'm like, well, see, that would make more sense if they were originally part of the Space Mafia and Boom Boom took them with them, because obviously going back into the speed racer of it all, a lot of the vehicles had gimmicks on them for the sake of, you know, trying to skew the odds in their favor. So having each car have their own type of gimmick that would be seen as a weapon kind of proves that speed racer mindset. So it's just like, yeah, that's the entire point of them.
Have you ever seen Hot Wheels that too? Like they have a similar thing. Gimmick.
So it makes sense why they have that multifunction there to begin with, is for the sake of skewing the odds in the races, which this is going to end up being wacky racers in a whole nother level. It just depends on how the implementation is going to end up being. But another thing that started getting in my head, especially after we got this.
Yay! Go on, Red.
Which, remember, this was part of the rumors. Part of the rumors were that they were going to end up having a crossover with Go-Ongers and the TokuTonic, and I'm like, yay. But now within the concept of the BBG, I'm wondering whether or not we're going to end up getting previous vehicle-themed Sentai that are also competing
in the
race. Yes.
Yeah. Also, will the BBG be like the big finale of like the season or like the show, or will it be like something that happens in the midway point?
I see it being the midpoint of the show, where it could be that they lose.
Ooh.
Where the
and then they got to win the second cup.
Yes, exactly.
Also, I'll be right back. I got a bathroom.
Go for it. So yeah, we do have Sosuke returning. I don't know if it's going to be the entire Go-On team, or maybe they're just going to be there in suit only. But yeah, this episode is going to end up dropping on May 19th. So we are about 4 weeks away from this episode coming into fruition. How exactly it's going to pay off, no idea. But hey, the fact that it's there just alludes to these prospects. But yeah, Boonboomger could end up showing up. We could have Car Ranger, Turbo Ranger, possible even the Kira Majors showing up. Anyone who's got a vehicle that could work could end up showing up. Deno could end up showing up. Nah, shit, fuck. But for real, Deno probably might show up for some stupid reason. I mean, showed up with Dombros. Could still happen. So, yes, Crazy Orb. This is indeed the crossover that makes sense, and at least it looks a little bit more organic, especially if there is going to end up being other Sentai competitors in the BBG. So, completely possible. If the other racers are getting sponsors, then Go On Red should sponsor Boonboomgers too. Then I don't know if it'll be Sentai sponsoring other Sentais. It would seem a little weird on that front, unless he's literally going around and befriending past Sentai for the sake of sponsorship. Could be a thing. Don't know. Drive Boom Red gets pulled over. Could potentially be a thing. The BBWs are coming. I don't know. They don't use cars. They got no tires. I don't know how they would compete in this. I'm not in team BBWs in my BBG. No BBWs in my BBG. Just BBCs in the BBG. That's all we care about. The Boom Boom cars and the Big Bang Grand Prix, but not the Boom Boom Wings. No Boom Boom Wings. Would we get full action versions of the Reds like Speed? The thing is, the actual mecha, the Boom Boom Robo, well, Boonboomger Robo, is not technically a full action style mech like what they were doing with the King-Ohger line, but it's definitely possible that they end up doing something to have a mixture of the mechs actually working together. Boom Boom Curry is also nice. All about that. I don't know about the Boom Boom Boat. Don't know
the
how
BBB?
I feel about that. Yeah, that's the Better Business Bureau, so I don't know how I feel about that one.
Listen,
I don't know, because now I really don't think we're gonna have Boom Boom Wings, because we are doing unless the only way we're gonna have Boom Boom Wings is if they're gonna be like the telecasters for the event. You know what I mean?
Like
this is a
fucking
race.
Trixie doing the commentary, and yeah, oh no,
That's the only way I see it happening.
They're gonna be there in fuck.
Yeah,
and
be like
and then,
the eyes in the sky. You know what I mean?
And Bunjiro gonna be right next to them with the side color commentary. I fucking hate you, Cloudy. I didn't even think of that.
Why? Huh?
I didn't even think of that. And now I'm like,
great.
It's possibly gonna be what happens now.
It's a great idea. Come on.
The Boom Boom Wings are indeed coming now. Fuck.
They're not coming.
You said that with such emphasis.
Oh yeah, I know. I said that for a reason. Point is, I just think with how the show seems to be going, I feel like they all have to be road themed. Also, I don't know if you showed it in the scan yet, but you saw the monster truck thing or not?
I did, but I don't have that scan on here.
Okay.
I have the other scan.
But, yeah.
This one. Oh, you're talking about this one.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
I have no idea if that's an actual monster truck. That's what I thought, because it looks like Monster Head.
I mean, isn't it called Boom Boom Monster?
Yeah. When what I think of monster truck, what they think of monster truck might be two different things.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you said monster truck, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about the whole truck thing that happens in the Dombros crossover with King-Ohger, but
oh god. Oh, by the way, speaking of monster truck, I just got a flashback of Oni's sister driving and trying to eat everyone with that car backwards.
That could be a racer in
the Oni sister just drives backwards throughout the whole. If that happens,
yes,
I would easily one of the best series ever.
Just driving backwards the entire time. She'll be facing front, but then when they start the race, she'll just start going backwards, and it's just like That's the entire time. They keep running into her, like going the opposite way. Like, yeah, what the hell just happened? It's just like I don't know. One of the competitors is just
moving
completely
backwards.
fucking up.
But no, to be honest, I like it. I not like it, but I think we're probably only going to get more road vehicles. I feel there's no way we're going to get some nautical vehicles, right?
Unless
we know the boats come in though, right?
And the Go On Wings show up. They're just going to be like, little did
They'd
you
have
know
to be
that
the broadcasters though.
That we already had our own Boom Boom cars the entire time. They've just been in the back. They weren't compatible.
Imagine that. They're like, we were already Boom Boom.
Yeah. We already had contacts with the Hashirians, and we already had our own. Here they are. And then
they already know how to use magic, bro.
They're gonna pull out a Boom Boom changer that we never seen before. It's just like, yeah, we got the OG ones. Like yours were designed after ours. And once they do that, I will officially just walk away from the live stream and delete my Twitch. And
you can't say that kind of thing because if it happens, people are gonna hold you to it.
They're gonna be like, delete the Twitch.
Delete the Twitch. And you're gonna be like, my time investment into this. Well, I guess you can always come back and make a new Twitch or something.
Yeah. Be like, I'm leaving. The Go On Wings ruined this show for
everything.
Me. Yep. But yeah, other past seasons could end up showing up if they're vehicular going into the BBG, and I actually would be fine with that. That'd be cool.
I like it. This is like a legend thing done right.
I mean, this is supposed to be a face, right?
Yes, I think they're that looks like a face, but I think it's just a claw.
But I see a bear here. Like these are eyes. That's a nose.
And that's a nose, and then that's a mouth. Yeah. My thing is that the monster truck itself is right.
When are we getting the Boom Boom limo? You know, the BBL. Well, technically, I think Boon Orange is already rocking the BBL.
Yeah, Boom Orange has got to get the BBL. Actually, he's already got the BBL. If we see a limo, it's got to be used. Yeah.
Or it's going to be the Boom Boom Lambo. Got the Lamborghini.
I hope there's no like Lamborghini because we already have like a Boom Classic, right?
Yeah.
So we don't need. Well, actually, we do need a sports car, I guess, at some point.
Yeah, so they can bring in the Lambo, Boom Boom Lambo. So BBL, all right there.
Wait, I'm kind of curious. So that power up that we're seeing in the next episode, because we saw it in the trailer for next week, right? Is that Taya's base car doing that, or is that a different car? I think
that is the car that was introduced during this episode. The one that gave him the sword. It's the same one that we see in the intro as well.
Oh,
like the upgraded one that has the sleeker looking face on there.
Okay,
but it's just him trying to master it.
Okay, because we got to see the ghost car. I don't think we got to see like the best of it.
No. So that's the one that we are gonna get next episode. That's the one that he couldn't handle in the beginning of this episode, and still couldn't handle it at the end of the episode, even with the dual wielding. But we do get exactly what I was hoping we would get: an evil Boom Boom. And I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. So we got evil Boom Boom Robo already doing it, which gives us more mecha for this show. I also do like how the chess piece is like an old style TV with speaker system.
I like how it's not CGI.
Yes, we got a proper. It's not like King-Ohger Zero out here, where y'all could have just repainted the extra suit.
Or Dom Murasame's whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that shit there.
Is that a nutcracker or a train?
Where are you seeing a nutcracker?
The villain thing in the bottom.
Oh, what they're holding?
Yeah.
It looks like a lamp with
Oh, it is
regular tools.
Another.
But yes, this is the other general commander, whatever the fuck, that's going to be coming in soon as well. So, looking very mad scientist-y a little bit. But I do like that this is not exactly a carbon copy of Boom Boom, just with a darker color scheme. It does seem a lot more classic. Like it's going with an older vibe to it.
I need to know if it has its own personality and what cars it's going to use.
Well, the thing is, I'm looking at the top wheel here, and it looks more like a fan.
Oh.
And this is how we get the Boom Boom wings.
Stop talking about the Boom Boom wings. They don't exist. They're the boogeyman. They don't exist.
Got the propeller in there. They got it. But it could be like those large engines that you used to see in like the vehicles from the 60s that would showcase off the external engine that's just out there. They also has the fan in the front for the to just take in the air. So it could be in terms of that front, but I actually do really like this design. But if we do end up getting an evil Boom Boom like this, I'm wondering if there's gonna be an evil faction, like evil Boonboomgers. It's something I want.
Oh, yeah, like the Psycho Rangers or whatever they're.
Yes. Give me evil Sentai again, but give me a full evil team.
Zio, I don't know if you want that, because what if they start just doing evil Sentai teams if this gets popular again?
No, I mean, we just haven't had it in a while.
That's true.
At least there's been more precedents for like a evil Sentai team than there was evil writers for the longest time.
True.
Just saying. They never said that Sentai had to be exclusively good or be on the side of justice.
That is true.
Unlike Kamen Riders for the longest time.
Yeah, but then,
I call it Doomgers.
But they have what happened now? They have all these villain writers out of nowhere.
I do see the sound wave like reference, especially with the speakers that we got going on here. Taking Boom Boom literally with the speakers on there. But it would be hilarious if it did have like a sound wave like voice.
Do you think it'll be the same 5-man evil Sentai team, or just like maybe a 3-man, or like what do you think?
It'll probably maybe base 3 as well.
Okay.
And watch Violet be one of them.
Oh.
Violet's the leader.
I don't know how I feel, because I really do like this, and I like the idea of it. But, I don't know. Something's making me worried. Because, like, what if we just start seeing this more and more?
The thing is, it's like, yes, we are getting this very early, but at the same time, this is the major shakeup that I was hoping we would end up
getting. Well, yeah, because the show can't stay stagnant forever.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like at the pace that they were moving with a lot of things the show had, something like this is fundamentally good depending on the direction that they end up taking it. So I'm all for it right now, depending on how the execution is going to end up being. Because right now the villains haven't given us much, and they really need to kind of give themselves a proper presence on here. Especially if, like, to develop Tai a little bit more, because at the end of this episode, everyone's kind of feeling a way with Tai, because he kind of just said, fuck this shit, I'm going to keep doing all these different combinations, and knocks everybody out of their mechs. And it definitely was feeling like old Heisei Sentai, when every time that would get beat up in the mech, you would see them like fall off, that overhead shot of them like falling off the mech and then untransforming back. I'm just like, ooh, haven't seen that shit in a while.
It was one of the first times we actually also got to see him like be a little more selfish.
Yeah, that's for the reason why. Like everybody probably now feel some sort of way about this man really taking the reins and just saying, I'm doing this shit myself.
Yeah, it almost gave me like the Boken Red vibe from that particular, but Boken Red did it with like a more mature kind of aspect to it because he did it to save his team. It just seems like he did it because he was just like, I have to do this. I don't care about everyone else.
And this was the other scan here, but this one's just a cover that was leading into things going on.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
So now it's not letting me scroll. Why is it not letting me scroll?
No, don't tell me about it.
I mean, not my computer froze, but just the image viewer froze. So, but yes, Boonboomger out here shaking things up,
cooking.
Yep. Well, we'll see how good the execution is when it comes to all that. So next episode definitely is given. Man, why is my image preview like I've closed out of it, brought in another one, and it's like nah.
Oh, please tell me I'm not having technical issues again.
I literally uninstalled the Windows update because of because it kind of installed. Yeah. Oh my god, why is it giving me these issues still? So, next topic. We're not going to talk about the spoilers that are going around when it comes to the King-Ohger crossovers because I've already been spoiled on things regardless. Regarding those crossovers, which I am on. I mean, definitely excited on some prospect, but it's like, this news, while I'm waiting for this thing to just load properly, why is the image viewer just not...
It took all my effort not to click on Taco's video about it earlier.
I clicked on it because I'm like, well, normally he does like just a regular reaction without spoiling things at first, but he just started with the spoilers. Now I was like, oh shit!
Mm-hmm.
Click out now.
No, I mean, all you have to do is look away. It's sub.
Yeah, but even then, it's just like, usually he just does a first impression and then he starts going into the deep dive. But with this one, he just went in from the beginning. And I'm like, okay. And it was with the Dom Brothers portion as well. So I'm just like, great. Thank you.
Please tell me you did. Is that the only thing you got spoiled on? Or did you get spoiled on other stuff too?
Mostly just the stuff from the Dom Bros section, which is, of course, the section that I would care the most about. Oh, and now my computer gives me the error saying, we can't load this.
Oh, that's fucked.
Why is it not properly loading? It's weird. But the thing that I was going to show is the fact that we got announcements for Memorial Editions for two things from the crossover already, because we're getting the Gaburi Caliber. The King Gaburi Caliber is getting a Memorial Edition. So, sucks to be you, the 5 people that actually bought the DX. I don't think a lot of people bought.
I mean, I feel like everyone knew that there was going to be a Memorial Edition coming out, so I don't think they bought it.
Like, had to, right? Mm-hmm. And then another one with the new blaster.
Oh, right. That's the one for, what's his name? What's his face?
For Daigo.
Yeah.
Which those are getting new capsules with them, and people were comparing the fact that, hey, we got these capsules that technically already existed, these new batteries that already existed for the Brave series that South Korea made. It's just like, well, guess what? They ain't canon anymore.
Oh, fuck. Give me 1 second. I gotta do something in Discord. Ugh, why?
Oh, nice. So the image preview is definitely not loading up for me, but I don't know, maybe my hard drive is just running out of space. Could be an issue. But I am kind of tempted to get the King Gaburi Caliber Memorial Edition just because it does look pretty good.
I would too. I liked it. I especially like the red on it. It's just looks nice.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we had someone sleeping in one of the VCs.
oh my god, why do people keep falling asleep on VC?
It's the one you probably thinking of.
Okay, no, it is exactly who I'm thinking of. I'm guessing so. Just give me that. Actually, don't give me that yet. Can't afford it. But that's OG Caliber Zero Memorial.
Looking pretty nice though.
Need that. Need that. All right. So obviously,
can't you get it because they canceled the your FIs? You know, kicks up.
Yeah, but that was an Amazon specific pre-order with my Amazon credit card.
Oh.
And now that a lot of these toy releases aren't getting a US release, Amazon wouldn't carry it.
So you have to use your debit or credit.
Yes,
card.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is the thing. Well, I did see that Tokulectables did put back up the Daizas. So I actually did buy a Daiza just right before the stream, so I can start putting belts back on Daizas. I need.
How much were they?
$60.
How many did you get?
Just the one for right now. So I was like, I'll just get the one because I can spare the 60 right now.
Damn.
So.
Yo, listen, the belt don't need to be on display that bad, bro.
Yeah, them dies is expensive. I know. Yeah. There was another one that they had that was 80, and I'm like, it's just black with the Kamen Rider like anniversary logo on there. It's not worth the money.
It's not worth an extra $20.
It's not. It's definitely not, especially since they marked it down from its regular price of like $115.
It's normally $150.
No, it's not. Because I remember the regular price on these were $60, and it seems like they bumped up the price just to make it seem like it's a false sale price. It's ridiculous, but it's marketing tactics.
I see. Okay. Oh, it's like those quote unquote Cyber Monday sales, you know? Like, not really.
Yeah, especially when it's a specific model number that didn't exist before, like this run. God, like Black Friday and Cyber Monday, a lot of scams that go on there. Well, let's see. This was a topic that I was hoping to hold off for until Ash showed up, but I'm guessing he's still cheating on us with the other live streams. So,
God damn it, Ash! Always cheating on us.
Let me double check. Let me see if they're still live.
Do you want to stall with something first? Is there anything you want to talk about?
Oh no, they're still live.
All right,
they're still live with 7 people.
Other things watching. We can stall with. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like, so we've got different bracket fights that we could do, but I kind of want to save them for when we get, like, when Mark's back in here and shit like that, as opposed to just the two of us trying to do these bracket fights, especially when we can't see the odds when it's just the two of us.
Yep, that's true. And we tried it with Mark. It's also still pretty hard.
Ash is not live on his channel. He's in someone else's channel doing their live stream.
He's a guest star on someone else's, videos.
Yes.
That's how you do.
Yes, Rolliver Queen right now is doing a live stream, and Ash is on their panel. They're talking Power Rangers comics.
And it's a very good opportunity, so obviously we understand why he's there.
Well, I mean, he's the resident Power Rangers comics guy, so of course they're going to bring him in there.
True.
But yeah, there are some new brackets that Cosmic Orchid, who was in the chat, I think it was last week. They volunteered to make some brackets, and I gave them some pointers of some additions that they've got on there. So coming soon, we will end up doing some bracket fights regarding Kamen Rider intros. So that's one that has been done. Another one on the different Rider machines. So those are the two brackets that Cosmic has cooked up. And they were missing a few, because I was like, "Where's that wheelchair from Black Sun, though?" so I made them add the wheelchair from Black Sun, and I was like, "Hold on now, you can't not have the Den Liner in here. You gotta include that in there. Also, you can't not have the regular ass bicycle that Iki uses in."
Oh yeah, that's right. He used it in one episode. It was one episode.
It was like 2 episodes.
It was barely used.
It was like 2 episodes. So
His
I was
rider
like,
machine was Vice. He rode Vice more often.
who?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. He rode a regular ass bike. So I'm like, yeah, you gotta include that shit. So we've got that those brackets, but I want to wait until like Mark and Ash are actually here for us to be able to have these debates on these brackets, because that
You just want to
would
skew
end up
the
being
vote
very.
in certain ways. Okay.
Not only that, but I know that at least when it comes to theme songs, there's debates to be had between
I hate Be the
Blade's
One.
two theme songs.
Just so you know, I just hate Be the One.
Oh yeah, I'm not a big Be the One fan. I know Be the One has its fans, but I ain't one of them.
Neither am I. Sorry.
So, bass just doesn't drop. It feels like the bass should drop.
Zio, can you try to not be too biased on Autophagen? I'm just curious. How biased? You thought. Can see here.
The thing is, we got to factor in the transforming capabilities that are in there, and it is
defending yourself.
It is a robot. It does transform. We're not just judging it based off of the exterior, like presentation. If it's got transformation capabilities, we got to judge it on that front as well. Because I mean, Machine Tornado becomes like a fucking surfboard. It's another thing you got to factor in there.
All right, what about Gold Dash? It becomes an armor. Anyway.
Okay, so it's got some fucking hands. Don't care.
No. I mean, it becomes one of his forms, like itself.
Yeah, but it has to combine. It's not standalone. Because or else Type Trideron would instantly show up as well. That doesn't count because it needs something else.
Okay.
It needs Shinosuke in order for him to... So, yeah. So, you know what? Let's just get into the other thing, and that is Hasbro is dumping Power Rangers, the toy line.
Yep.
They recently put out their financial earnings, and apparently Power Rangers did not do the numbers that they wanted it to do, which is ironic considering, I don't know about you, but did they release anything Power Rangers really recently?
Not really.
So
Well,
how do they expect it to sell
numbers.
toys when they didn't have much of anything? And also, the mech from Cosmic Fury, wasn't that Amazon exclusive?
Yep. And they also they didn't really sell like the bracelet, the changers in the store.
The changer, I never saw that in stores. Apparently, it was available in stores and regular retail stores, but I never once saw it.
Yep, and I doubt it was sold out because they wouldn't be complaining about sales then.
And the thing is, it's like in Walmart recently, I've noticed that a lot of Hasbro's toys that weren't like Transformers or something like that were clearanced out. All the Power Ranger stuff had their rollback clearance yellow stickers on there. So they're really getting rid of a lot of the shit that they have there. I haven't checked Target yet, but they're probably running the same thing on that prospect. And the thing is, so Playmates themselves, they don't make bad toys. They just definitely know how to make passable toys for the money that they're selling them for, but it is something that's normally skewed towards a much younger audience. And they've got a handful of toys under their belt. They've got the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line. They've got the newer Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle line. They've got the Miraculous Ladybug line. There's like 2 other toy lines that they also do as well. But now Power Rangers. And one of the biggest things on there is the emphasis in the press release was that it would be focusing on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, I don't know about you. And the thing is, it's like I know that a lot of the current Toku community didn't grow up with MMPR airing. It was already a long bygone thing. So they don't have nostalgia for it. And they're kind of like been done with it. For me, I've been done with it. Yeah, like I was there, episode 1. I'm burnt out with it myself. I don't care.
Yeah.
But that's what they're starting off with. And it's just like, yay, another line of MMPR toys yet again.
I feel like everyone thinks like MMPR is safe, but I feel like because there's that demographic who's like in their 30s that's always gonna buy that shit. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like make some new stuff because it's like you always go back to MMPR. There's other Power Ranger seasons you could go back to. Some for the newer audience because I know Beast Morphers did numbers. That did numbers. It was pretty good from the audience perspective. Not that, but like they're not. There's not going to be a new Power Ranger show for what another year and a half.
Well, so that's the other thing. It's like so we got Hasbro dumping the toy line and technically outsourcing it to Playmates. We haven't heard dick about the Netflix new season in forever. It's like still in development, but we know that the head writer and producer, whoever the fuck they were, are busy working on other projects in the meantime. So we haven't seen shit all regarding it. Not even a concept image or anything that they could throw our way just to let us know, hey, this is alive. And then
we're still working on it.
Comics line seems to be ending as well, which is what Ash is talking about in the other live stream that he's not here discussing. He's elsewhere discussing is that the comic line appears to be also ending its run. So what the hell's going on with Power Rangers right now? Are they just completely putting it on the shelf because they don't care? And the thing is, we kind of already know that they don't care because when Hasbro bought the Power Rangers line, the original head that was in charge over it had a lot of plans, a lot of ideas, very excited about the brand. Then he died. I'm not even joking. Then he died. And then the one that took over was like, I don't know what the fuck to do with this. And they clearly just didn't care.
The other issue, it's like because they're like, it just feels like they're stealth, like trying to like get rid of Power Rangers, or they just drop it. You know what I mean? Like they're just trying to like, just keep pushing it to the side until the people forget about it.
Yeah, like they have no passion for it whatsoever, and they're really devaluing the brand. I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes another Disney situation where they devalue the brand so much that Saban's just able to rebuy it completely whole for like cheaper than what he sold it to them for. Even though he's still technically a producer or executive producer, I guess, on the back end of Power Rangers with the Hasbro deal. But it was the same situation with Disney. He sold it to Disney, got bank for it, and then when Disney devalued the brand, he bought it back for less than what he's like sold it for. He got a steal of a deal.
He flipped it, and he's going to keep flipping it.
Yes. And if Hasbro does the same shit, Saban can just be like, slip you a cool like $5 million for it. And they're like, that's more than we're making now. Here you go. And he's like, it's
get it off our hands, please.
Yes. Exclusively on Max.
Passed around.
Oh my God. And then he's gonna adapt seasons that people didn't expect him to adapt because he's just that kind of guy. It's like, what, y'all thought I couldn't adapt Dom Bros? Well, here you go.
Yep. And then it's bad. It's really bad.
Yes.
Quick side tangent if you want to go into it, because this was something I was at a bonfire with my friends the other night. It was pretty cool. We were discussing how Disney ruins their shit with live action. Like, because it's like, specifically, the Mulan remake live action?
Yes.
The one without any music, the character development, Mushu, the cricket, wonder, enjoyment, entertainment, luster, that one. Like, it's like, when they remake like a lot of shit from like our childhood, I feel like they forget that there's a reason we liked them a lot when we were kids, or at least like because back then it was catchy, it was an entertaining show. I never had to think about the politics of Mulan actually being a woman in like a male military army. I was just like, this is a cool character doing some cool shit.
Oh yeah, a lot of us love Mulan, especially. I mean, it was a really good story, and then this felt nothing like Mulan, like that Mulan. So it threw things. I stopped watching the film halfway through it, and I instantly just said, because of the new villain that they threw in there, I'm like, they're gonna redeem the villain. She's
they do
Mulan, and they're gonna fight the bad guy, and that's gonna be the moral of the story. Now I'm gonna go and cook. And then when I came back, the movie was over, and she was like, "Exactly what you predicted happened." And I was like, "See, it's there. It's very easy."
Because like one, Disney doesn't really take risk anymore, and two, it's just so easy to see what their plan is with all these films.
Now, on
It's
the
very
Netflix
annoying.
aspect, they have so many cooks in the kitchen. I don't even know whether or not it's going to be bad or good.
Oh yeah, they have so many Netflix shows going on. A lot of their animated Netflix shows, some of them are really good, and some of them are just absolute terrible.
And the thing is, the adaptations that they end up having as well could be hit or miss, depending on who's in charge over it. Now, the thing is, since we know that the people that are going to be working on the Power Rangers reboot have had credits in other Netflix productions, you can kind of start getting a feel for how that's going to go. But when I see Jessica Jones season 2 being on one of their credits, and only Jessica Jones season 2,
Not the good season 1, you know.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I'm not feeling what you guys might bring to the table when it comes to this Power Rangers. I'm also kind of hoping that it's not yet another reboot of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I'm not gonna lie, if we get another reboot of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I don't think they know what they're gonna do with this franchise at that point.
Because look, I'm not a big fan of the 2017 film, and that was already
A lot of people are.
I was just never a fan for it, and especially the Megazord was god awful.
The Krispy Kreme.
I didn't like how they had the Spider-Man, like the Raimi Spider-Man-esque, like coming to terms with their powers. Like, oh, suddenly I'm shredded. I've got like 6-pack abs and I don't know my own strength type thing. It's just like, been there, done that. This started becoming a very big trope when it came to a lot of superhero films. Yeah. There's different aspects to the film that I just didn't care for. I would have been better off if they did a film that's Power Rangers, but didn't have to be based around Mighty Morphin. But if they do yet another one where it's like, guess what? And they're just going to show a silhouette and it's going to show a Tyrannosaurus. And I'm going to be like...
No. What's going to happen is it's going to be the Tyrannosaurus. It's going to take a bite out of a Krispy Kreme donut.
I don't know. Well, Netflix could probably get the sponsorship for Krispy Kreme, but I don't know. I'm just not overtly positive, but it just seems like the brand in itself is kind of it is going to be diminishing returns in an aspect. At least it feels that way now. That could end up changing, but right now, I think that there is no hype train for Power Rangers.
Is it weird to say? I feel like MMPR has kind of run its course, and you guys kind of like need to learn how to do something else. You know what I mean?
Yes. And the thing is, it's like, yeah, the actors themselves obviously aren't getting any younger because, you know, they're all old. They're in their late 40s, 50s now for some of them, to the point that, yeah, you're obviously not going to have any proper callbacks then because it seems like they don't want to.
Yeah.
But they keep doing the callbacks to it. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. Especially when you're still going to have the fandom torn in different aspects of these individual actors' perspective, personal lives. Regardless on what side you're on, the fandom's going to be fractured from that front.
You either get the ones that are going to be like, yes, I love MMPR, and then you're going to get the ones that are like, I hate MMPR. Why are we doing this again? This is so boring and bad. And then it's like, it really doesn't. Just make something interesting that's new, so that way everyone has something that they can come to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you won't have a reference to a source material. That's the thing when we do adaptations that I think a lot of these companies don't understand. They want us to disconnect from the source material, but when you're making something that is based off of a source material, especially one that's not that old, because I mean they are making a live action Moana, and I'm like, it's not even 10 years old.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I remember they casted for that recently.
Yeah, it just I guess Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson needs more work.
I guess why? No blame.
But that's that's the big thing. It's like when you have a source material that you are relying on, you can't just tell your fans, don't associate with this. I'm sorry.
Just disassociate with this. Sorry. But
yes. Now, if this is a new IP within a pre-existing franchise, sure, the disconnect's going to be there because, hey, we got to take this for being its own thing. But that's the good thing when Power Rangers decided to swap over from In Space to Lost Galaxy, because I know we had the whole passing of the torch episode in Turbo, which was a little weird because I remember as a kid thinking that it was weird. You instantly start introducing us to these characters in one episode, and by the end of the episode, guess what? This is your new Power Rangers. What? Really?
Yep.
That was very awkward as a kid seeing that, to the point that even I kind of like disconnected with Turbo during that portion, and then they brought me back within Space, and then we kept following the Sentai formula of new cast every year, and that kind of helped press the reset button and give us new introduction to new characters without any preconceived notions, new establishment of lore, villains, things like that. But if you're just rebooting Mighty Morphin Power Rangers yet again, then guess what? I'm going to compare your Rita to the old Rita and the other Rita before that one.
And the Zeds.
All your Zeds, all your Goldars, all that shit I'm going to be comparing it to. And it's going to be hard not to make that association if it's legit going to just be another reboot. So make your own shit is the biggest thing. Just make your own fucking shit.
It would be nice. Because like when Saban took the Power Rangers IP again, guess what he did? He just made Americanized versions of the exact episodes of the Japanese Sentai. Samurai may just be the most odd thing I've ever seen in my life. With like Americans living out these Japanese lives with none of them actually having any Japanese backgrounds. I guess technically Jaden Shiba.
Jaden Shiba, God. Let's see. I do wish that they would focus on other Power Rangers. Well, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, they like MMPR because it is iconic. Sure, whatever. There are other seasons that you can draw from, at least when it comes to a plethora of toy lines that you can pull from. You have so much other Power Ranger seasons that you can pull. It doesn't have to be that, like, just the dinosaurs from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But then you don't have to reboot any of the past seasons. Just don't. Just leave them be. And just make your own season. Especially, they're not relying on Sentai footage anymore. Hopefully they're not, even when it comes to the mechs. Let's say don't, because then there's still going to be the weird, awkward thing that we had in Cosmic Fury, where y'all suits don't exactly match these new Zords you got.
Also, no more CG mechs, please.
At least not CG like that.
Listen, those CG mechs at the end of whatever the Cosmic Fury special was making me pray for the Power Rangers movie CG mech.
That was still ass.
It was better than what I saw there.
But yeah, if they go completely original on a lot of that front, I'm like, what's stopping them from just taking some of the Transformers combiners, just retooling them, and then just using that as an original mech for a Power Ranger season? Nothing is stopping them from doing that.
Yes.
They just aren't doing
I'm going to say this. If they're going to make their own original IP and stuff like that, they need a new design team. Those suits from, what is it, Cosmic Fury? Horrible.
Well, the thing is, it's like we know what their mandate was. It was, we want to be cheap and easy to manufacture these toys. Once again, I haven't seen dick of a fucking action figure regarding the suited Rangers for Cosmic Fury.
No Lightning figure collection, no regular
I haven't
release,
seen anything regarding that. The only toy line that I ever saw for it was just the Morpher and, the Megazord. But once again, the Megazord was Amazon exclusive, and that Morpher I never saw in an actual retail store. I just know that they existed.
Theoretically, anyway.
So it's like you order these suits for the sake of making cheap toys, but then you don't make the toys.
And then you wonder why you're not making money.
If you're just gonna go that route, just make the most complex looking fucking suits and then don't make toys of them either.
Exactly.
It'd
Make
be the same
most
thing.
baller suits out with the best detail on them, and don't bother making a toy for it. The fandom will beg you to make a toy for it, but you won't.
I mean, if you wanted very simple suits, just use the fucking King-Ohger suits. Those were suits that I think got more flack when they were revealed than the Boonboomger suits. No, the Magi Ranger, we didn't have any issues with Magi Ranger suits when they got revealed.
You didn't like the capes, though.
We thought that the capes were too short. For Geki Ranger, we thought it was weird that they didn't have belts. I mean, I was over here early Photoshop days making the capes longer, putting belts on them, that type of shit. But I think the King-Ohgers was the one that broke a lot of folks because they were like, really? Just literally an animal face on there, just printed onto the suit.
Yep.
Like the helmets were cool, but like the base suit just wasn't it. And it's still I'm still not a big fan of the base suits for it, even though it got a little better once we got Zuo Whale because the way that suit was designed just
and then they ruined Zuo the Whale.
Yeah, well they gave him muscles.
Yeah. I did not like that.
Let's see here. So when it comes, what's y'all's general thoughts on how they should handle this next Power Ranger season, if they even do? Because at this point, I'm feeling very.
This project they're working on. What do you think?
Like I'm not optimistic that it's even gonna get off the fucking boat.
No.
Because at the same time, look, if they haven't even gotten into pre-production yet, then bare minimum, we got 2 years to wait for this thing.
Yep.
And even then, let's say it does all right. And then they're like, all right, we got greenlit to make a sequel. Great. Knowing how Netflix's original shows next seasons work out, guess what? We now have to wait another 2 years.
Ooh, God. And then guess what? Probably won't get that many toys either.
And you know what's going to happen as well when it comes to all this? The usual Netflix formula. They're going to dump it all at once.
And then for 1 week at most, even that, you're going to have people talking about it. Next week, nah.
And then it's going to stop. Like, Cosmic Fury came and went so fucking fast after, how long of a gap was it between Dino Fury Season 2 and... wasn't it like 2 years?
It was 2 years. It was 2 years.
So it's like, yeah, we had 2 years between it. All that build up, they drop it all at once, and then we talked about it, and then we stopped talking about it. It's just dumb, and that's probably what's going to happen here as well. They just dump it all at once, and then everybody talks about it for like a little bit. They go like, okay, we did some numbers, and we're going to work on the next season. And if you're trying to make a show that's going to try and sell toys, you don't just dump it all at once. That's not going to work, especially if it's going to be a let's say it does like an 8-episode run, 8 to 12 episode run for this first season of whatever they have cooking up.
If we're lucky.
The thing that's confusing now is, okay, so Hasbro gave the toy rights to Playmates that are aiming for a younger audience with their toy line. Yet, for the Netflix show, the way that the showrunner, the prospective showrunner, was hinting at things, it looks like they're aiming for an older demographic, like the late teens, early 20s vibe for this. And I'm like, so the show's targeting one demographic, but then your toy line is going to focus on a completely different demographic. These two things aren't going to work out well. So
you're going to get very cheap quality toys because they're made for kids.
Exactly. And the kids are probably not going to watch the show because it might go well over their head with some of the shit that they're going to do there. Thus, they're not going to buy the toys.
And collectors aren't going to want to buy some cheaply made, horrible looking toy.
Yeah. Unless they, start licensing out to, say, Sideshow Collectibles to be able to make premium toys for the show. But I don't think they're going to do that either. Make it Amazon, I guess that's not going to work just because they have a contract with Netflix now. That's the entire thing. Unless, okay, I see. Make it Kamen Rider Amazon, but Power Rangers. I don't know, because once again, how's the toys going to work? At least for Toei, when they made Kamen Rider Amazons, their toy line was technically CSM grade.
We got some money, apparently.
Oh, hey, look, it's...
oh, my God, he's back.
Out here cheating on us.
It just randomly dropped me into this one after I exited that one. So
are they also using Talk Studio?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we're talking about the same thing that y'all were probably talking about over there.
Comics ending.
Well, the comics ending, the fact that the toy line is going to Playmates, the fact that we know fuck all about the next show iteration, and it really just seems like we hit a point where Power Rangers just seems non-existent as a brand.
The fact that the toys are going to be aimed for children, but the show itself will be aimed for like a late teen,
an older audience. So it doesn't match well. Not only that, but we've also gotten to the speculation train of Saban could end up doing what he ended up doing with Disney, where Hasbro devalues Power Rangers so much that he's able to rebuy it full stop for less than what he sold it for.
Yeah,
another flip of Power Rangers. Great.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your 2 cents on all these things? Like, it seems like a domino effect that we've got going on with it.
Comics ending, really sad. Toys, like when I read the article, it's because they weren't making them a lot of money. So when you think about it,
yeah, but when you think about the releases that they've had, what releases that they really have for toys that could have made those numbers higher?
Like what releases?
Yeah, like what made like that would have actually maybe landed something in the, because I brought up well, I didn't bring it up on stream, but I read it on the back end, the Hasbro like earnings report for like their entire toy line on there. But yeah, Power Rangers, what all major releases that would they have had that could have influenced their earnings on there? And there really wasn't much. Because Cosmic Fury had a shitty toy line, period.
It had a non-existent toy line.
Well, yes. Because one of the things we brought up is they made these suits to be toyetic, but cheaply toyetic. Yet I don't recall ever seeing standalone Ranger action figures made for Cosmic Fury.
Nothing in the Lightning collection either.
Nope.
So what was the point?
Apparently, there was listings listed, but nothing came of that.
And then, obviously, Zio said it. You could only get the mech through Amazon, and the changer was barely in stores.
Because I never saw it in a single retail chain. But now a lot of the Hasbro toys in my like stores around here, I don't know if anybody goes to like a Walmart or anything like that, check your toy section, go to like you'll notice an abundance of Transformers. Now walk down a little bit further to the Power Rangers, you'll probably not see anything, or if you do, you might see the yellow clearance out price tag just there, which is likely a sign of the times.
Sadly. It just seems like, and it just seems like they're trying to just move away from Power Rangers so hard.
Yeah. I still have to record my video talking about the Playmate stuff because there's like a bunch of other stuff like the I don't know if you saw it, but the Kaiju Godzilla Rangers. You saw those designs?
I've not.
Okay, I'll send it to you. But yeah, the Playmates thing, I don't know, like I'm mixed on it, but I think I wasn't a huge toy collector to begin with when it comes to Power Rangers. I was never that much.
The thing is,
into it.
Playmates' quality is not bad, but they're definitely designed for a specific audience. They're durable.
Yeah.
And they know how to keep costs low while making it appear like the figures are of better quality, but they are definitely designed to be played with. They are toys definitely meant to be played with and not one of those that you would just showcase off in like the background for the sake of like detail's sake. But the big focus on
So,
MMPR versus anything else, and the line specific targeting a younger audience, is the big disconnect, especially since for what we gotten with the Netflix iteration of what we're gonna have with the next Power Rangers. It seems like they're aiming for an older teen, young adult audience with the show, but then the toys, if it's gonna be exclusively Playmates, is for a child audience. So you've got a disconnect of demographics. It's not gonna work.
Mhm.
They're kind of already setting themselves up for failure on that perspective.
What is this?
Let's see. Which other toy lines would get the clearance to help my wallet? I keep checking every now and then. Even when the Beast Wars classic line dropped the clearance, I was like, this is barely a clearance price. Or else I would have bought some shit.
What was the price?
It was like $2 less. So it was like $18 for this Warrior class. And I'm like, but it was like $20 before. So I don't really care.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. I am buying fucking Power Rangers. I ain't got money like that. Mark could probably buy it. Actually, Cloudy's got more money than Mark. Cloudy, you buy Power Rangers.
I can't afford Power Rangers. Yeah.
you can for the how much they're dropping that shit.
Listen, if they can drop into like the 6-figure digit, maybe we're talking.
Let's see here.
But I did, and like I've moved on. I've moved on from Power Rangers. I bought the Marvel Legends figures. I bought the new Wolverine and Deadpool figures.
Ooh.
And
now there's a
Superior
movie
Spider-Man.
that I'm actually excited to watch.
Oh yeah.
Same. And Knuckles dropped as well on Paramount Plus. I forgot.
I heard mixed things about it because apparently Knuckles is barely in the show.
Yes, I heard
What?
there's it's more Wade the show featuring Knuckles.
Oh, okay. I'll still check it out eventually.
Apparently, Idris Elba only worked for like a whole day recording all his lines, and that's it for the show.
Really?
he got his paycheck and was just like, deuce.
Like, you paid me enough for what, 2 hours? Okay,
We ain't talking about Velma season 2, or I'm watching that shit. I already found out the ending though.
I saw.
I didn't even watch season 1.
I
I didn't even watch season 1, but I'm sure that people on the internet will probably bitch about it enough that I'll find out. Hate watch it that I'll find out.
Well, I'll save you all this. Apparently, Scrappy Doo's the final like boss.
Yeah.
Oh, like the movie.
And Velma apparently dies, and that's her ghost self kills Scrappy, something like that. Some weird shit like that.
Marvel Legends.
So nothing of value is coming out of Velma season 2. So you know, I've never read Berserk, so I have nothing tied into Berserk whatsoever.
I'm way behind on Berserk, like very, very behind. Like I collected in
the newest chapter got leaked.
Oh. There is no Scooby, but apparently there is someone that is constantly referred to as Uncle Scooby.
It's a person in a mask. It's a woman in there.
Yeah, I think it's like supposed to be Velma's sister or something. I don't know. It's not weird. I don't know. I'm only going off of secondhand accounts of what I read about it just to see how dumb Velma season 2 got. So
she's dead and a ghost.
Yeah.
But apparently it sets up a season 3.
Yeah, because apparently they can bring her back because they introduced a Wiccan.
They shouldn't. They shouldn't bring her back.
Who's the daughter of one of the Hex Girls? By the way, what they did to the Hex Girl?
They look like meth addicts. I've seen it.
Murder.
It ain't good. That is character assassination at its worst.
Yeah, and apparently Velma has to survive till Halloween to bring her back or some shit.
I think I saw the Hex Girls in Velma. I didn't know if it was like Hex Girls, like the newer specials. But let me just see.
I like the Hex Girls.
Hold on, I have to send out an angry work text real fast.
What's it about? You can say.
They went
Oh
past
my god,
their
they do.
extension
They do. Holy
and they didn't request one, so I didn't get approval from my boss for their work to go past deadline.
Ah.
And I sent them a text this morning going like, you know, you got a little bit left. When is it going to be completed? I had a doctor's appointment. Sorry. It's like, well, if you had a doctor's appointment, you could have told me ahead of
Give you an
time.
extension.
Yeah, they did them dirty.
Oh yeah. Other than that, Ash, how have you been feeling?
All right. I finally have power restored to the unit. I have to replace my internet router because it got caught in a power surge, along with a bunch of other plugs that I need to replace, for like my TV and stuff like that, and maybe my Nintendo Switch. But I've got like a Switch like plug you can get, and along with a PlayStation 5 plug as well. But yeah. Got power again. I stayed at my parents for about 2 weeks, and I mostly watched Kamen Rider Build.
How was it?
So I
You like
needed
it?
something that I really enjoyed. I'm like in the 30s right now, and
Oh,
yeah, I can understand why people like it so much. Yeah,
you're about to hit the drop.
I binged. Yeah, I binged a lot of it. Well, I was oh wait, I just did episode 30. I think is where I last stopped.
That's a good place to stop. I mean, that's a good place to be.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. It is a good show.
There we go. Nice little wall of text I just sent.
Who are your favorite characters so far out of this series?
Banjo's pretty cool, but Grease is up there. Like no
Yeah.
spoilers, but you do feel for the guy. Like as you keep watching.
Second time I really like Otoya's actor in a Kamen Rider one.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely kind of stole the show when he showed up. So. But yeah, besides all that Power Ranger stuff, we already talked about the Boonboomgers with the BBGs, the BBCs and the BBGs.
BBLs.
Yeah, the potential BB dubs showing up there as well.
Oh, right. I accidentally gave Zio a horrible idea about that. I'm sorry.
Yes, and how the Go on Wings could work with the BBGs. They could just show up in their machines, giving the commentary from their helicopters, kind of like Trixie did in Speed Racer from her helicopter. And I'm like, I hate you for now giving me that idea. And I'm gonna obviously assume that you didn't watch Gotchard.
No,
It
I'm
makes
behind
you-
on Gotchard.
Okay,
I forced myself to watch
downloaded
it.
I downloaded it. I mean, I required it. I'm definitely gonna watch like the latest episode because my mom just dropped off my stuff with my hard drive and my laptop and stuff like that. So I might jump in. I'm definitely gonna watch this week's episode because I've seen the preview. So
the thing is, it just comes out of so left field that it kind of left a weird taste in my mouth. With this not being an anniversary writer show, and they're treating it like an anniversary show now, just out of nowhere.
Yeah,
it feels like it just materialized from thin air.
Yep. And I'm not feeling it. I'm not here for it. So yeah, I was almost tempted to just do another. I think I'm done with Gotchard video.
But Zio, you never came back.
I mean, I keep doing catch-ups, but I'm like, now you guys are fully losing me on the narrative and the direction the show's taken because clearly there is none of either.
There's no point in doing catch-ups at this point. What would you do?
No, I might as well just do Gotchard mustards as opposed to ketchups. At least it's a better condiment. And fight me on that. Ketchup's mid.
No, I like mustard more. On my hot dogs especially.
Mustard's better, especially if they got that nice horseradish mustard. Very good. Dijon mustard. Very good.
Although, definitely would like ketchup better on my burgers than mustard.
Megan, you forgot the point that I said I didn't have my Discord up during the live stream. So even though y'all sent me DMs on those Kemi cards, I don't have Discord up. So yeah. I mean, Don Bros had the anniversary vibe because they were a continuation of Zenkaiger, which was the anniversary show, so that made some sense.
Mm-hmm.
But ketchup is red, so doesn't mean I have to like it just because it's red. I can be objective towards different red things.
I'm more of a
he's
barbecue
like
sauce kind of guy.
Ooh.
Thing is, for me, it's normally like, you know, hot sauce. Hot sauce comes in different varieties as well. It's not just exclusively red, but it is most known for red.
I'm a Thousand Island kind of guy.
So, I normally take a pre-existing condiment and I mix it with hot sauce just to further enhance that condiment. But ketchup, too sweet.
Hot sauce ain't really gonna do much with that.
Something about mustard just hits different. But I know a lot of Americans care for ketchup.
Do you like ketchup on your eggs?
Gross, no.
Yeah. You like ketchup on anything?
I mean, I would deal with it if it was already with the meal, but it wouldn't be my go-to condiment. Even when I go to Burger King, when I get their sauces, I would get their zesty sauce. That's like my favorite sauce from
don't even like
Burger King.
You don't even get like Thousand Island? That has ketchup in it.
No. Not all about it.
I like my I like ketchup on eggs.
I do too, thank you.
Yeah.
How about hot sauce on eggs?
Side.
I don't actually. I've never done that. I usually don't like spice in my breakfast.
Wakes you up.
Oh, right. So, Ash, being as you've seen that preview, what do you think of the suit now that we've seen it in show, kind of?
Wait, which suit?
The
Legendary Legend, or as they mistranslate it as Legendary Legend.
I'm gonna need to have another look at it because I've only watched the trailer once. But
good old Legendary.
Yeah,
Legendary. He's got the meats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Well, he put away the meat. He put it away.
Well, he put away the beans. The Frank's still there, probably.
It's definitely the best decade Final Form-esque kind of thing that they've done.
What's my Burger King order? See, back in the day, Shaquille O'Neal used to have something called the Shack Pack.
Oh, God.
And it had like, I just remember it was like a burger patty with, I think, Swiss with sourdough bread. It was like amazing at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Then, of course, it was one of those limited run things, but I'm just like, man, bring that Shack Pack back.
What's your go-to order now? Is it just 3 patties of meat swished between bacon, lettuce, and cheese?
Usually yes. It is just the patties with, because there's something about the flame broiled meat just has a better, like if you just eat the patties of these different fast food places, because of course that's what I do now because I don't eat the breads. Burger King has the best tasting patties, followed by Wendy's.
I agree with you. McDonald's is shit. No offense.
McDonald's, you can taste the grease.
See, here's the thing. A lot of people say Burger King is like the worst fast food chain out of the 3. I always thought it was McDonald's. I really don't like McDonald's.
The thing is, it's like, so there's various different things, like, now that we're getting into fast food talk, out of nowhere.
I agree with TokuPunk. Wendy's is going.
Wendy's has the best nuggets and some of the best chicken sandwiches.
Absolutely.
Like, for their regular assortment. I'm also partial to Wendy's fries. I really like their fries, but they're not the
sea
best
salt
fries.
is good.
Because I'm still like a Popeyes or Checkers fries kind of guy. Like the way they season them is just really good. Also, KFC potato wedges, really good.
Oh yeah. If you go to Japan, that's what they have their fries for, I think.
But then, of course, Popeyes just has like the best chicken sandwich.
Have you ever tried Chick-fil-A waffle fries?
Yes. Chick-fil-A has
Okay.
some really good waffle fries. Their Polynesian sauce is pretty good. Can't have it anymore. Too much sugar in that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
The way that they make their chicken in Chick-fil-A is really good, to the point that I figured out how they make their chicken. So I stole that idea. Well, not really stole that idea, but
The pickle
so just
juice
so
grinding method?
yeah. So the way that the that Chick-fil-A prepares their chicken, and this is we're welcome to Cooking with Zio Agito, where I give you fun.
We're back.
fun
We're doing it
recipes.
again.
We're
starting
out here. We're out here cooking. So, if you want to make your chicken taste similar to Chick-fil-A's chicken, even without the breading or anything like that on there, this is what you need to do. All right. So you take your chicken breast and you leave it overnight in a marinade of two things: pickle juice, pickle brine. Just drain a jar of pickles, and then milk, half and half. You got to have the half and half, because of course, if you just leave them in essentially the brine, it's gonna cook the chicken, and you don't want that, because of course it's gonna change the texture. It's not gonna be great. What you want to do is to absorb that flavoring from the brine, that little bit of pickle essence, into the chicken itself, and the milk will prevent the chicken from technically having that outer layer getting cooked by the vinegar, essentially. But yes, you just leave it there for like a good overnight. If you want to make sure that it actually absorbs the flavor correctly, you can just stab some holes into the chicken, or cut it into smaller portions so it absorbs it better, because the thicker that your chicken breast is, the more time it's going to take to absorb the flavoring. You can also technically cut it up into chunks and make your own like chicken nuggets, essentially. But yes, that's what you would want to do. And then after that, then you can go through the breading process if you're going to bread it, or you can just cook it any way that you want to, but by then it has absorbed that flavoring. Now, since learning this, I've tried it with multiple different things. The one that I actually did recently was the jalapenos that are already pickled up, and use that brine instead. Really good. You can do it as well with olives. That brine, really good. There's multiple different aspects that you can have to it. So it's the way it works. The way it works. But that's just how I found out how Chick-fil-A has their thing set up. Doesn't work well with hot sauce though. You can't just leave it in hot sauce. It won't really absorb the hot sauce. Because of the texture of it, it doesn't penetrate the chicken. So
You just
there you go.
And pepper at that point.
Yeah, it's essentially just the vinegar of the peppers going in there. It's not going to properly get absorbed into the chicken. You got to get an injector just to get that shit in right. So yes, that's today's cooking tips with Zio Agito.
Thanks.
You know what isn't cooking though? It's Power Rangers once again.
That was an amazing segue for sure.
Because they clearly aren't cooking. That's the thing. I know that you were on the live stream over there for, what was it, like 3 hours?
The comics ending mostly.
Yeah. So the thing is it all the runs of it, or is it just the main Boom continuity?
So this is what they've said. They've said that the mainline comic is coming to a close, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. People are speculating that Ranger Academy might end at 12 to round it out. Or end at 9 to round it out, because there's no solicitations for Ranger Academy in July. But Boom Studios said, stay tuned for an announcement at San Diego Comic-Con. Now, what that announcement is, no idea. It could be foil covers, it could be another series, or it could be a Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles sequel, the third one that they might do. Because I think when Melissa said there are more things planned along the way, Ryan Parrott did sort of like the shifty eyes emoji or something like that. So, although the mainline comic is ending, they're ending on a high note with everything going on right now in the mainline comic, but we have no idea what's going to happen after that. But I feel like they might continue it or something because, Boom. But I feel like apart from maybe Berserker and whatever other comics Boom puts out, the Power Ranger comics is their bread and butter.
How much control does Hasbro have on the comics line, if at all?
Like they've been like, I think it's mostly more of a partnership thing, because with the stuff they do in the comics, they've been very chill. Although Kyle did leave the comics earlier on at the end of his run, because he did say Hasbro has no idea what they're doing with the brand. Little did he know, he was kind of right with everything going on. But yeah, like Hasbro is pretty chill with what they can do in the comics. That's why we've seen all the different power-ups. That's why we've seen stuff like learning about Lord Zed's backstory and Zordon's past and stuff like that here and there. Where when Saban was in charge, there was a big Bible of things they couldn't do. But apart from that, things have leaned more carefree.
Okay.
I don't know if that answered the question, but yeah.
Now, how optimistic are you in terms of this brand right now, though? Especially since that's kind of like your bread and butter when it comes to your YouTube channel, is Power Rangers related shit.
Like I've got I can do other stuff on the back burner. Hopefully, maybe do character dives and here and there. Possibly do story arc recaps here and there. Maybe we'll see what happens.
Transition.
But yeah, a little bit of a transition. But I do have a job outside of YouTube and here and there. I've got other interests I can maybe integrate onto the channel. Like, although Power Rangers is the bread and butter on the YouTube channel, it's not entirely the end of the world. I mean, at least the worst thing that will happen is views will go down and stuff like that here and there. So it's not that bad.
Here's how you save Power Rangers. You get Takahashi to write it.
Stop.
Yes, you just get Takahashi out here cooking on some Power Rangers. And then Cloudy will just become an amputee.
Yeah.
We're going to see his VTuber model just go armless.
I don't have hands at the moment.
He's going to be in a cast, a full body cast. And he's going to have a little wheelchair.
Please just stop. Leave the man alone. We haven't even talked about the movie, the bad movie.
What movie?
Well, the thing is, it's just when I was discussing the film previously, Ash, you hadn't seen it. You DM'd me that you finally saw the Jamato Awakening movie.
Oh yeah, I did watch it.
Cloudy watched it and had pretty much the same complaints I did. The thing is, it's look, we're not faulting the movie for action. And action's always good when it comes to Geats. If there's anything Geats has that's prevalent, it's action.
Yeah.
Its lore just sucks.
Oh yeah.
It had some good lore at the start.
It was cool. It was kind of dark a little bit.
But for the sake of the film, it's just you mean to tell me that your future was ravaged by Jamato and you never thought when you went back in time cultivating Jamato that maybe you guys had a hand in your future?
The DGP was the one cultivating the Jamato from the very beginning.
You guys never tried thinking maybe this is a bad idea.
And then don't forget there was the whole Buffalo somehow still retains his Yamato cells. Somehow. And then what was Baraba's whole thing? Just to stab him to awaken the cells?
Yes, that he just still had it in him the entire time.
And then she just fades away and you're like, yep, that's my Michi, not dying. And I'm like, what was the point of having you around?
I have to go. My planet needs me.
And then we got Plosion Rex. I don't really like the way he fights, but I like the suit.
Then the biggest, I think, one of the biggest diminishing returns is oh yeah, when we die in the BGP, we actually don't really die. We just log out. Then what was the entire point of like Gene and the Q?
Oh, yeah, you can't come
having
back.
to leave it. Yeah. It's like, but they had to leave or else they got stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, where's Q?
But clearly you could have just, been shot and you would have just logged out. So you could have just stayed there as long as you wanted.
Which also means like Kekra didn't die. Everyone didn't die.
Yeah, no. None of that. Played a factor.
That reminds me. Where's Kyun? Kyun's gone in this.
No one cares.
Nan didn't have her Prince Charming, regardless of how that ending seemed. It was really Kayla the whole time that wanted to slide into those DMs.
Apparently.
With his sister Sarah.
It seems like that's what they were going for. All I know is I want a special where we finally get pants for Neon. It could just be called the shopping special. I don't care. Just get that lady some pants and that suit.
Watch them just have less pants. It's just upper body, and then that's it. The bottom stays.
Zio, you would, and the fans would love that. I wouldn't.
No, I'm just saying, like, Neon normally just wears like a dress anyway, so the bottom half just stays like the long skirt of her dress.
Oh.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Well, yes, yeah. The point of the movie was that there was no point to the movie.
Yep. Also, Future
again,
Needs could not. Oh god, the Future Needs stuff.
Yeah, that's the entire the future Ace, already God, and already with a relationship with Miram, and it's like, wait, so you already knew that Ace was gonna be God? Like, what's going on here? Like, what's this is messy time travel storytelling. That's essentially what it is.
Also, you couldn't figure it out that it was the child that was going to turn into Yamato, and then all you have to do is prevent the dad from dying and getting shot. There you go.
If he just went back in time by an additional 10 minutes, they could have just stopped it.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. It's just terrible. It's Geets ain't cooking.
I will say, yes, the fight scenes were actually really good, especially the live fight scenes like with the actual characters. Somehow, KO kicking ass. Neon also pretty kicking ass.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Poison Rage, them legs.
That was a horrible finisher. That was the worst finisher I've seen in Geets. He twirled. All he did was twirl around.
Let's see. Geets was cooking leftover Thanksgiving dinner. Well, it depends on what was Thanksgiving dinner. Like, if it was just turkey, don't care. Not a turkey fan. We cook ham out here.
How about chicken?
Whole pig. Let's see. What weird nonsense is the Hopper folks in the chat spewing out here? Ain't trying to read all that.
What the heck?
This nonsense.
Hold on, I gotta.
I mean, there's some people that just like Geets for the sake of liking Geets. They don't really look into the plot. They don't look into the plot holes that they have with some of the retcons going there.
Which is fine. Like, you can enjoy a show and not look too deep into it if you don't want to.
Yeah, there's some people that's just what they do, but
they want to watch a show to enjoy it. They don't want to look too deep into it.
They just want to watch the show on the surface, and that's fine. Like,
that's totally fine.
Yep. And everybody has different reviewing styles if they do reviews anyway. Some people just watch it the one time. I do it multiple times in different angles just so I can pick up on things that I may have not picked up on before, just to see how things end up working out. While other folks, they're kind of just a one and done, move on to the next thing type deal.
Ash is right. I just think Ash at the end of the day is kind of right. It's like, no matter how you watch a show, if you like the show, you like the show, and that's totally fine. But when someone like point outs like critiques or criticisms about the show, like the argument that I like the show is not an argument just because you like it. Like, what they're saying is also valid. You can still just love the show. Just understand that they're these issues are there. It's just you don't care about them. You've grown to ignore them, which is again fine.
Yeah.
and that sprinkles onto like Gotchard. It's like we want there to be something that we can cling on to, but at least Gates, I would say, had more direction than Gotchard.
Gates, I at least could either really like it or really dislike it. You know what I mean?
Even then, we knew what Ace was working towards in a way, while here we have no idea what the fuck Hotaro's trying to do.
And in the beginning, figuring out what Ace was working towards was actually kind of a good mystery.
Yeah, well, even though Hotaro did do his career assignment thing to finally give us what his dream was, I'm like, I'm still not feeling it with the state of the current show. You're not giving me anything.
I need to know, what did you think of Be the One?
Be the One. I've listened. That opening has been on my Spotify playlist for a while, even before I watched Build. But it's a good opening. I do like it.
I understand. I got you. I got the vibe.
Yeah.
I fully disagree, but okay. We'll get to that whenever we get to the bracket fight of different theme songs.
Oh, did you let him know what the next bracket offs are?
So we got two that are in the background. When we get to them, we'll wait for Mark to come back to do them. But we got one that's all the Kamen Rider openings, and we got another one that's all the Rider machines.
Yes. So brush up on your Kamen Rider openings.
No, I will.
Because clearly we can't listen to them during the streams.
We can hum along and maybe give you a vibe for it, but if you never listen to it, you'll never know.
I think we can listen to it. Zio just can't play it.
Yes, we can play it in like our own and just not have it played on the live stream. So you'd be like, all right, everybody in chat, we're gonna listen to it real fast. Everybody just listen in your head, that type of thing. So
also, I gotta say this. What was it again? Remember, some shows have two openings.
Yes,
and one of them is very divisive and could get you kicked from this very show for having a very different opinion about it, which I do. Round Zeros is better.
The thing is, it's just like I don't hate Round Zero. I just think Elements is a better song.
That's fair opinion. I just think
save it for the bracket.
I'm just saying, it's just like it's not a bad song. It's just not better than Elements.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
Then you add the visuals to that son bitch. I'm just saying. Sometimes visuals play a key part in why these openings be hitting and they don't be hitting. That original Blade opening, they just out here standing in the stage doing random shit. While opening 2 feels like I'm watching a J drama. Everybody out here looking stoic. Different tones.
We'll get there.
Well, we'll deal with it when we deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Mark really is going to be the divider here.
That's pretty much the topics that we got going on in terms of this front. I've got nothing more to add.
Anything you would like to talk about, Ash?
Not that I can think of. Like like I said, I watched Build while I was at my parents' because it was on my hard drive. And Build I watched. That's the only Toku thing I watched. Well, apart from that and Boonboomger, which Tyre's goal is really interesting. Learning about there's a big race coming up, so
yeah,
I am curious to see. Yeah. I watched Zio's review, and I really hope we do see other car-based Sentai's or other Sentai's showing up, because I remember a while ago, because I frequent the Rider Wiki every now and again. There was I think during Drive there was a Rider Grand Prix.
Oh yeah. That was in the film though, but yes.
Oh, that was in the film. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see something like that with Boonboomger, and we'll see all the different vehicles show up that the different Sentai's have used. See Ranger on their little bikes that they used one time, or have God Ranger show up on their little little bikes as well. They probably have to make brand new.
The thing is, the majority of it's
Go Ranger.
since the majority of it is happening on Rainbow Road, I mean, we're gonna have very shoddy CG in some aspects.
Yeah.
We're also
And
not
a
going to
lot
have
of-
any series with a green.
Yeah. And
No,
a lot
because,
of
if
the-
it's CG, it's just gonna be a CG model. They're not.
yeah.
All right.
And a lot of those bikes are rotting in warehouses, so they'd probably have to make CG models.
Yep.
Yeah. Or they could be driving the boom cars,
Nah. I mean, I feel like even if we have like the Go-Ongers and things like that show up in the BBG, they're just gonna have their mechs essentially be CG. They're not gonna those things are those props are probably long since like gone.
Like, I think I saw an image on Instagram. It's like one of the bikes from like early Sentai, and it's just like rusting away, like no like preservation for it. It's just like in the back, just leaned against the wall, and it's gross and dirty.
There's this footage that's been on YouTube for a few years now. Back when Saban like Entertainment went to Japan while they were filming Die Ranger for the sake of them learning how to do the show, and we got a lot of behind the scenes of it. It's a really good like 2-hour long video that's up on YouTube.
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
And at one point in time, they go to the warehouse, and you see all of the old
So
Sentai
the mold,
motorcycles. Yes, just sitting back there, all the rust and shit.
the heat that's just clearly gotten to everything.
There was
And
no
that's like-
preservation.
And that was like in the early 90s, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah.
And now that's yeah.
They're just shoveled out or just gone.
But then again, they weren't thinking of, crossovers or things like that in those days.
No.
And like these crossovers and stuff is a more recent thing in themselves. Because even though Sentai technically has been doing it since what? Was it O-Ranger with Car Ranger was like the first time that they did the proper crossover?
I think so.
O-Ranger versus Kako Ranger.
Okay. I knew it was during the O-Ranger run that we started getting the crossovers. But yeah, before then, nothing. Even when it came to Kamen Rider, until we got technically Decade, they weren't doing proper crossovers. Sure, the show writers would end up doing things from time to time. We definitely got it with Black RX, but it wasn't in their mindset that this is what we want to build towards.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. We ain't got much to go on from there. Sure, we could browse Tokulectables if we want, but there probably ain't shit.
Nah. It's probably nothing worth talking about.
Nah. The only thing that I saw that I didn't realize before was that they had some DX reissues to like the Fies and Kaiser Gear along with the Attack. Bell, I didn't know that they re-released them as DXs. I thought everything was just Legend line, but it's like, nope, these are DXs. And I'm like, shit.
Also,
Probably gonna have to buy
check.
these.
Also, check out the singer for who does the Hurricane opening, his YouTube channel, because he had Kohei Murakami.
Yep, saw it this morning.
Yeah, doing. Okay, you seen it? Cool.
Yep, they did the Dom Bros opening on there, and yeah, Kohei hit a mean falsetto at one point in time. I was like, oh, but that was indeed a fun thing to wake up to watch that. So it was good.
I love checking out that channel. Like he had Rika Matsumoto do the English Pokemon theme as well, which is a lot of fun, and he's done a lot of Power Ranger themes as well.
Yeah, it's a channel that I didn't know about until like about a month or so ago, because it got recommended to me with I forget which video it was. I think it was with Black RX's team.
Okay then. Yeah, that's like a really good one as well. But like the openings he's done, it's like freaking crazy. Like I wish I don't know if you can put that stuff on Spotify because of like Japan.
A jump to the sky turns to a rider kick.
Oh, nice.
Really good. Really, definitely worth checking out.
Oh yeah. There's nothing wrong with promoting a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
All right. So what else we got? We got anything? Anything good? I'm looking at toys
No,
right now,
I'm
seeing
just
if there's anything good.
Yeah, just the
I'm doing food. I'm
Yeah,
doing
just the
food shopping
CSM
for that to throw out a lot of stuff.
chalice.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's to be expected because
And
the
Anyone
TSM.
got any food suggestions? Because I had to throw a lot of stuff out of my freezer.
Butter chicken.
Butter chicken. Okay.
I'm like butter chicken and some garlic naan. That's
Just chicken in general. I think it's a chicken day. Everybody, if you haven't ate chicken today, get some chicken.
I was eating.
I mean, I know it's pretty late for some folks. I mean, here it's 11:30 p.m., so everything's pretty much closed. Walmart isn't 24/7 anymore, so can't even go to Walmart get some chicken right now. They're closed. I never cared for either Chipotle or Taco Bell, but if I had to choose, it would be Chipotle. Only because of their protein bowls.
Chipotle is also a little more expensive, but they're pretty good. They're really worth the price.
Ride Common, I don't care about Ride Common. The more I find out about it, the least interested I am.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you know that's not going to release in English anyway, so what's the point to get hype about it?
Yeah.
It's not meant for us.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody trying to get chicken from Amazon. Unless you're like Cloudy, where you live right by a distribution center, they're not delivering that shit.
Not fresh anyway.
Jeez.
Listen, just because I live next, a lot of people are jealous that I live next to a distribution center. Because I tell them what my wait time is for a lot of stuff. They're like, "How?" I just see the Amazon cart pull it up to my house. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, when you're just like, yeah, I'm just ordering a Celsius real fast. I know I could just go to the gas station, but and it's here.
Yeah, Celsius in like under 5 hours. Just
expected delivery right now.
Yep.
Listen, I didn't even order yet. They're just outside my house. They know I'm about to do it.
Yep. They send you the tracking number when it's already arrived. It's like, y'all late on this shit. I already got it.
Yeah. Oh, I actually do have like it set up for it to order Celsius for me, like on a 1 month basis. I had 2 crates come to the house.
You just have Alexa automatically order that for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I see how it is.
Well, you don't.
No. Why would I? I don't have a distribution center near me.
But it's just timed so well. It's just like
even if I wanted to get something from like say a Whole Foods, there's no Whole Foods in Georgia. Like when I drive down to like Tallahassee for work, I'll be like, oh hey, there's a Whole Foods here. I can use my Amazon account to get discounts on nothing. Well,
I gotta tell you the most ridiculous story. You know how ludicrous it was? John recommended me a book to read. It was like he was just like, I need you to read this book. It's really good. And I'm like, where is it? He's like, just get on Amazon. And I'm like, hardback or soft cover? He's like, hardback, of course, because that shit won't wear down as bad. So I order it, and it's like, okay, it'll be here in 2 hours.
So it showed up while you were still having the conversation. I'm assuming.
Yes, mid-conversation, I got the book. And I was like, okay, so here's the...
Man, Piggly Wiggly ain't open right now. Piggly Wiggly closes at like 10 o'clock.
The fuck is Piggly Wiggly?
It's a grocery store down here in the South. And one thing about the majority of Piggly Wigglies is that they trying to close when they close. They get the police to show up. There's always like one cop that's like out there waiting. Like, as soon as it gets dark, there's always the one cop that's just there in front of Piggly Wiggly, just waiting, just to make sure nothing shady happens. But
hearing that it's called a Piggly Wiggly is such a fucking
John,
look, they have their mascot looks like a legit like copyright claim on fucking Porky Pig, because it almost straight up is fucking Porky Pig.
Oh my god, it does. I just googled it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yes, like where I live at, we have like
Is your Piggly Wiggly like my Denny's, where there's like always a crime happening every 2 seconds?
The majority, yes. But then we also have like so many fucking Walmarts here as well. We got 7 Walmarts in this town, so I mean 3 of which are neighborhood markets. So there's that at least. But they also have cops, you know, when they're about to close down, necessary just for the neighborhood. Just the way it goes. We just don't have that in Publix locations. Publix tends to be a little bit more upper scale, so they don't need to get the police involved.
So, when do we get the next Cooking with Zio?
I don't know. The entire thing has always been set up. And set up. Yeah. And I would have to run it off my laptop. My laptop's probably not that great for streaming.
Yeah, never know.
So
test it out.
Speaking of new setup, I built myself a new gaming PC that should arrive in about a week or 2.
Nice. Hopefully the power doesn't go off in your apartment when you get it. As soon as you plug it in, the whole power surge. It's too powerful.
I gotta send you a picture of how fucked up my internet router is. Let me just go from my Facebook messages because I sent it to a few friends going, I was like, what should I do with this?
Do you have like a parts list on that PC?
I can bring it up in a bit because it's in a PDF folder somewhere.
Okay, never mind. Take it down.
But yeah. I'm running off phone Wi-Fi.
My hair would get sweated out so fucking fast.
How about workout with Zio Akito?
Ain't trying to have my hair sweated out on stream.
Ooh.
Because then that'll be followed by blow drying my hair with Zio Agito.
Oh my god, what the heck happened here?
Yeah, that's it. Like, I should have taken a photo of what happened to the power board as well.
That is burnt.
Yeah, I have to replace a couple of power cords, like my TV, my Nintendo Switch, my PS5. So I got to go to a J car and get some new cords.
Oh, I'm glad no fire was started by this or anything like that.
Yeah. Me too. I don't know if I'm going to get a new router entirely, or I'm just going to find the cords to replace it.
Okay.
The new router is like $100-ish, but I don't know if I'm going to find what I'm looking for when it comes to the cord.
Yeah, a lot of times I would just recommend buying a new system together. So this is my rear. You think I would just come on these streams like rocking a? Okay, sure. No.
Yes, they do, Zio. Are you surprised? The chat.
I mean, yeah. Have you seen?
Zio, by the way, nice job on the wig today. I like it. It's extra.
Oh yes, sure. Even though it's been frizzing up since
Exactly.
Yeah,
You made it look real by having.
I know exactly.
That's some good wig frizz going on, Mr. Z.
Yeah, good wig physics right there, bud.
No. You like how I'm making the roots go really dark?
Yeah.
With some more time, it'll start just expanding. It's like the wig's made with chia technology, like a chia pet. As in, I go out and I'm a manager in my job. My literal ID card is my hair with red hair.
Yeah.
It's been this way for so many years.
Can people even imagine you without red hair? That's my question.
No, and a lot of my employees, they really wouldn't want me to change it up anyway. Plus, they like it because it's easier. They know when I'm in their area because they can see me a mile away.
Quick, the boss is coming. I can see his red hair.
Even when I'm meeting with a new hire, I'm like, look, you can't miss me when I show up to a location. It's just like, what do you mean by Yep. The way it is. Yep.
Yeah. But a new PS5 cord is not that bad. It's only $15.
Oh, that's good. I thought you were about to say something ridiculous.
No. I think new Switch power cord. No, I think they're not. Like, I'll probably look on Amazon as well. It's my TV one that I'm slightly worried about because I'm sure I can get that replaced. Just take it into a J car and be like, hey, I need this, how many volts, and go from there.
Well, the thing is, so if the TV power cord, did it have like an external power supply, or was it just the cord itself?
Like cord that plugs into the TV that went into
Yeah, but was it just a singular cord, or did it have like a power brick with it?
No, I don't think it had a power brick. No, yeah, I don't think it had a power.
Then it would
brick.
then you either have a polarized or a non-polarized cord.
Yeah.
I sold TVs for so many years at Best Buy, so this was a common thing that I would get people asking me. Like, did you have the 2 circles, or did you have the circle and the square, or did you have the 3 circles?
Let me go check.
Because it literally became such a common
Check
occurrence
advice
that I would
with
get it.
Zio Akito.
Yes, you need TV buying advice? Hit me up. Because I was one of the top salespeople for Best Buy in 2014 when it came to TVs. All about it.
Oh, by the way, if you never played it, Ghost of Tsushima is coming soon to PC.
I platinumed that fucking game when it first came out.
I'm excited. It's just finally we're getting a PC.
Island. I only beat the first island, but it's a 2-plug, the little 2 dots. That's the one I got.
Okay, so it's a non-polarized.
Yeah.
Wait, you've only got to the first island?
So they're not too bad. I mean, and they're normally like $8 for that power cord.
Right.
Trust me, it's worth finishing because apparently they're soon after the PC launch, they're planning on releasing 2. If I'm correct, this should be like a
nice. I still haven't beat Final Fantasy yet, but fucking YouTube Shorts spoiled the ending for me. The big twist.
Ah, damn.
I don't know how that even got into my algorithm. I'm fucking pissed off. Like, the description was, I won't say it, but if you know, you know.
Bacon, on Discord, I just don't accept a lot of people's friends requests.
It's true.
I'm just like, why? What are you gonna? There's some people that just after I accepted their friends request, they literally asked me the same thing that they could just ask me on the server.
No, I've had that as well.
And I'm just like, why are you asking me this shit when I have a whole Discord server? You could just ask there. You don't have to.
What you're saying is you gotta come up with juicier questions.
Yeah, if you're gonna DM me, it better be something that is gonna surprise me or can actually be like a proper private conversation.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to the same shit that's gonna be asked on Discord, regardless. So Stellar Blade, I have not played it at all, not even the demo or anything like that.
It is the thirst game with all the goddamn action you need.
I heard they patched a certain swimsuit already out of it with Day 1 patch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The people that got the disc version before the Day 1 had like a uncensored version of the specific suit, and then Day 1 patch covered up some of the cleavage and some of the Aserati.
Yep, room.
So, already doing things. Where do I get my wigs? I mean, they vary. Usually from Amazon. There is one that I got at a regular wig shop back down the street. No. There was one. Wild Deno's wig did come from Party City. Actually, no, it came from Spirit of Halloween. Same thing with the cowboy hat. Wild Deno's fit is almost entirely Spirit of Halloween. While everyone else was mostly from Amazon, except for Time Kabuto's. I actually got that from a regular wig store in the hood. And I was like, look, what kind of crazy color wigs do you guys have? That's not red, That's not blue. That's not purple. And they're like, what? Look, I'm looking for either like orange, or I think I asked for like teal. I asked for like several different colors, and I was like, I can't have any of these colors because I already got them. So
Fair.
it's just and at first it did ask me if my hair was a wig, and I was like, no, this is my hair. And it's just like, then why do you need a wig? And I was like, look, so I make some YouTube videos and I go out of personas.
So easier.
I tried explaining to them. I was just like, so because people know me with the red hair, and I'm not just gonna like freely dye my hair on the fly, I just get wigs to signify that's a different persona. And they're like, oh, I get it. And I was like, no, you don't, but okay.
Again, all you have to do is say drag.
I could have, but no, I was just like, I tried telling the truth, because who would have thought? I just lay my whole business out there.
Truth
is hard to believe sometimes. You could have come up with another backstory, like I'm fleeing the country. No, I'm fleeing the country. I need disguises.
I'm fleeing the country, and red hair is too obvious. Like, I can be easily identified.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a green wig, sir. And it's like, yeah, and
it's not red.
It's like when I enter like a back room at one of the stores with, like, for my regular job, and they don't know me because obviously, like, I work between 3 different states, and then I leave, and they're like, okay, we were just checking to make sure you weren't stealing. Like, first of all, why would I steal if I would be very easy to identify in this town? The one guy with bright red hair. You just tell that to the cops. Easily, like, findable. Yeah, I'm just like,
I
can't steal looking like
right
this.
Now. They're at your doorstep.
It's like, I can't steal looking like this. I just stand out too much. Especially in some of the country areas I be in. Just don't work. So yes, that's some more backstory on the outside of stream type of things. The things that I do just for the bits. For the videos. But now all that Mario Kart thing. It's funny because there was that one YouTube short that I made with Lightspeed Hibiki of him ended up in the Mario Kart track. It's almost like little did we know that Lightspeed Hibiki predicted Boonboomger before Boonboomger was even a thing. And it's just like, oh, well.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. So I got nothing to add.
Yeah, I'm out of juice in the tank.
Let's go.
Just trying to kill this heat. Got to turn the AC on. It's been like 80-something degrees down here. So it's ridiculous. Then tomorrow I proceed with more yard work. Redoing my entire front lawn.
Nice.
Along with all the cicadas that have been appearing down here.
Biblical references?
Well, it's that time period in which cicadas start popping up.
Cicadas don't exist up here.
Well, yeah, they're all over my backyard. All the leftover parts of the cicadas as they leave their past larval state. And they've just been chilling around because they can't see yet. So they got the red eyes, so they can't see. They're just hanging up like, hey, what's up? Until they start flying out. So, but yes, that's all we got. We had that boom boom talk. We had that Gotchard talk for once. Actually talking about Gotchard.
Because I wasn't there to distract it.
No, we had grievances.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We had some issues. Didn't know how to feel about certain things, but yes. What you got to promote, Ash?
New comic review out. I'll probably be playing catch up on all this news and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm going to keep reviewing Boonboomger. I'm like 2 episodes behind. Maybe I can do a double review, or I don't know.
The last episode of the new one are 2-parter.
Yeah, I've broken the streak, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm on YouTube, social medias, all that stuff. Find me over at Deoxy360.
Cool. Cloudy, have you been doing anything in your channel that you started off like way back when? And
No, I've been promoting my ass because of all the work that I've been stuck doing for the past couple weeks.
You got them Boon orange cheeks currently?
Oh yeah. I think you know how much work goes.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
It's like
I've been in a similar boat. That's why I'm so sleep deprived. So it has been crazy. That's why I'm not drinking alcohol tonight. I literally drank a whole coffee right before the stream just to perk up a little bit.
Dang.
Yeah, I've been.
He hasn't been drinking before sleeping, which is the scary.
Yes, because I've just been that exhausted. With a headache, they just won't quit. It feels like the veins about to pop up off the left side of my head.
Advil? Liquid Advil?
I took some Excedrin, so it's just that. What do I got to promote? I don't know. Check out Twitch. You know, sometimes we be doing some fun stuff on the Twitch streams. Like I mentioned in the latest Boonboomger video, after we did that fight, we went back and replayed it with Whatcha Fire from Gotchard, and it hit so many fucking notes. Then after that, we got to the Meg fight, played Supernova from Kiva, hit the notes as well. We be doing fun shit over there, like change that intro. I recently submitted one for Boonboomger myself with some nice subtitles. Rain boots and a thong to promote. This one was to promote Boon Orange's cheeks. So I did rain boots. You know, rain boots and a thong. It's all you can have on.
Yes,
that song with Boonboomger. Hit it with the subtitles, the stylized subs playing in there with the karaoke. That's what y'all missed on Sunday. But otherwise,
you still catch the VOD.
Yes, you can still catch the VOD. That did not get muted. Yeah. So, let's see. We're not changing the fight themes for all shows because or else the streams would end up lasting way too long. So there's a reason why that's a rare occasion in which we do that. So
it's gotta be special.
Yes, we gotta feel it. We gotta feel it in the bones. Also, Mark's obviously going through some stuff right now. He's not going to be producing content for a while, but definitely still check him out at a nerd named Mark.
Or check buy his back at
Only Henshins.
Only Henshins.
Yes.
He made some good merch. He made this really cool Henshin shirt with like a Barbie text and logo stuff.
Yep. So yes, check all of that out. And outside of that, we will catch you all next time. Until then, bye. Oh my God, it just... What? It still says that we're here! What?
Shut it down.
Shut it down. It's like it played and then Cloudy disappeared and then it still says that we're on. It's like, what? That's the weirdest cutoff ever. It's like, no, don't go yet. Don't go. You're still going on. No, I'm going to try it again. Try it one more time. We'll see.
Okay.
And